Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to A Little Dicey D&D. My name is Salvatore. I am your dungeon master here now and forevermore until the day that I get into a card game for the fate of my soul, and I just get obliterated by an ancient being that a young Japanese boy summons from the Shadow Realm. I hope that never happens to me. Yeah, I hope that never happens to me. But in the event that it does,
why would it be a Japanese boy?
Because that's the story, Matthew. Okay?
Yeah, they're canonically in Japan.
Canonically. But we are in the Midwest, and that's why I sound like this. Anyways, hello. Welcome back. Thank you guys for joining us. We just have a few announcements before we begin. So we'll jump right into that, and then we'll play some Dungeons and Dragons. Everybody sound cool? Sounds cool. So, Garrett, why don't you tell us about our social media?
Yes, we do have social medias, in fact. Media. There's no S.
You're
Media is already plural.
Media is the plural.
So we've got a Twitter, which is a lot of fun. I go on there sometimes, and actually recently I went on and blasted just about every class from D&D I can remember.
Blast.
Talk shit about all of them. I started with Rogue.
We have an
Instagram, also under A Little Dicey D&D, which has pictures of things, and that's what Instagram is. We got I don't know how else to describe that
I've been
one.
living in a bunker.
We got YouTube, which has all of our VODs and all that good stuff in case you miss an episode, which you shouldn't, because the best way to see it is live.
True.
We also have a TikTok and a Tumblr, which are both just A Little Dicey, no D&D. The TikTok has all of our clips and good shit on it, and the Tumblr is a mystery wasteland to me.
It's not a wasteland.
It's just a mystery to me, then.
Yeah.
It's a wasteland in the sense that I am afraid to go there, and it's probably dangerous for me.
An elephant graveyard.
An elephant graveyard? An elephant what?
Anyway, Jenna, tell us about stuff.
All right. The thing that makes our channel cool and special and different is that we are an audience interactive channel. So you can use your channel points, which we call gold pieces, which you get by interacting in the chat and just watching along throughout the game. You can use them for stuff that actually impacts the game, like giving advantages to your favorite players, giving disadvantage to the dungeon master, making any of us drink at any time. I know he didn't say it.
I know, I was so ready.
I was doing things.
You
can do it today, that's fine.
Usual gimmick sound.
You can do it today, that's fine.
Today's just a weird day. So, you can do those things. You can make any of us drink at any time. You can make our sorcerer wild surge. You can design a non-player character of your own, and we'll drop them into our world and our story. You can rescue us from peril if we are in truly life-threatening danger, but only once. And,
yeah, true.
What else am I forgetting?
There's actually a small caveat to that. Oh, you were getting right onto that, weren't you?
Which one?
I feel like
The fact that... No, it's the caveat that you don't know about, actually.
Oh, yeah. You were late today. Great.
I was here before him.
That's very true. But they don't know that.
I was here 15 minutes
Which
late.
caveat are we talking about? The new stuff?
Yeah, and the fact that we can't make you drink anymore.
That is correct. So, here's the thing, guys. I'm trying to lose weight. Yeah, crazy. And so I'm doing this thing called fasting. And by the time we play this game tonight, I can't eat or drink other things besides water, which I have a sparkling water from Liquid Death, who doesn't sponsor us, but I would do anything. And if you ever see this, execs at Liquid Death, I literally mean I would do anything for you to literally just send me a free box of these, and that's it. I do more for more things, but I'm setting the bar as low as possible.
You already said it.
Yeah. So to show you that I am serious about this, I will be drinking from my Liquid Death can the whole night. However, you can no longer redeem points to make me drink our fun, sweet, amazing potions and alcoholic beverages that our lovely player Garrett makes, because I will be fasting. But we've made a few other new channel rewards to substitute for DM Chugs and DM Drinks. The DM Chugs substitute is also 2,000 points, and it is called Easter Egg. Basically, it's a little vague. However, you can redeem this reward anytime you want. However, I think that it'll probably be better if you wait for maybe when they're in a room or around a certain area or something, or when an NPC is being vague about something and they can't be too insightful about it. However, when you redeem this, you can choose one player, one character, to gain a sudden insight about something around them, whether it be an NPC or a hidden item or a secret door or something that they just maybe might not have noticed initially. So you can do that, and then they receive basically a little Easter egg. So super fun there. And then to replace DM drinks, at 750 points, you can now redeem a reward called Van May with you or Van May with us. I don't remember which one. It's the Van May one. But Van May is my god of luck in our game, and basically you can redeem this to force the next ability check or saving throw that is of which the DC is unknown. So if we do not know the DC of a saving throw or an ability check that I force on a player, you can now reduce that DC by 2 by redeeming that point. Cool. If it is known, like if it's in the middle of combat and they figure out that a wisdom saving throw is 14 and that's established, it will only apply to something that we do not know. Otherwise, it becomes way too, like, you control a little too much. So, anyways. Yeah, that's all. That's it with all the updates for channel points. Next week, I believe we will be in April, right? Is that the case?
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Today is the
It'll be the 30th, right, of March?
Oh.
So it'll be the 30th of March. So not next week, but the week after that, we will have a sort of points rearranging of rewards. So be sure to check us out. Make sure I know you guys check us out every week, which is very sweet of you. But stick around for April. Who knows? Something might go on a discount. Something might pop up in price or anything. So if you're saving for something big, who knows? You might be able to get a discount on it in April. So pick whatever you'd like. But that's it for the channel rewards. So thank you, Jenna. Matt, if you want to pick us up for Discord.
Yeah, chat. I know that in the infinite multiverse, it might feel like when anything that could possibly happen and every combination of those things will happen, that your choices don't matter. And you'd be right. They don't. But
That's the stream. Bye.
That is correct. Anyway, see ya.
if you wanted to try to reclaim some semblance of control in your life, one thing that you could choose to do is join our Discord. There's stuff there that doesn't matter cosmically, but, it might entertain you until the eventual heat death of the universe.
True.
Anyway, Jamie.
My God.
And as always,
So good.
be sure to check out our friends at Super OK. They're a collection of really great podcasters and streamers. Also check out our friend of the show, Erin, at her Twitch stream, Little Bog Wish.
Thank you very much. And also, in the spirit of what Garrett just did for everybody, I am also going to dole out 5 subs for everybody going on right now.
I beat you to it.
Yeah, you did. You got me.
Most importantly, I got one for Tony Romo's biggest fan.
Yeah.
I love you.
Eric.
Eric, you weren't already fucking subscribed, you dick.
Well, they might just add.
Yeah, I don't know what it does. But either way.
I don't know what it does.
You sub now. Use those emotes, buddy.
Hell yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. We're just throwing out some subs today. And Hype Train is close.
Oh, we only need one more person
amazing.
to sub.
We need one more subscription, you guys. So here's the thing. Starting a Hype Train can actually now help us get boosted to like a more visible area on Twitch, which would hopefully get us a little bit more views and whatnot. So if anyone is thinking about subscribing that hasn't already, I think everybody's already subscribed because of the gifts and whatnot. But I think if we just sort of gift one more, maybe, I'm not entirely sure.
It goes for somebody random, whoever's following.
Okay, well, I'll just gift one more sub.
That would rock.
And put it in and see what happens. But yeah, basically, if we hit a Hype Train, we have a chance. Purchase cannot be completed. Very cool. Very sick.
That's cool. I just bought bits.
Lovely. So if we complete a Hype Train, we have a chance to acquire what's called a Boost Train. So for channels that don't necessarily have too many views or followers or anything like that, when a Hype Train happens, we can get boosted to a more visible page on Twitch, so that hopefully more people can come in and join us and have a wonderful little time. So if you guys would, consider subscribing if you haven't already, or
There we go.
oh, thank you for the cheer, Garrett. That's awesome. If you guys want to cheer with bits or anything like that, that can always move towards starting off a Hype Train. We've got 3 more minutes left to get it going. Good hike. So that'd be tight as hell.
I just wasted $2.
I know. I don't think that's enough.
Nah, whatever.
They
But
said
good
it's
stuff.
got to be a different person gifting subs/bits to actually let the hype train come in.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Call your
However,
friends, get them in the chat.
yeah, for sure.
You haven't called your grandma in years. Call her
So
now.
call her grandma, steal her credit card
Get her
number.
in Twitch.
Explain what Twitch is.
Defraud the elderly.
Explain what D&D is.
I called Dad and asked for the CC,
all
but he
that
did
and
not
took
want to
it
give
as
it. And then I cried till my mom sent me a picture of his credit card.
What?
Amazing.
What?
Huh?
Who? What?
I'm having my own little thing over here, I think.
As usual.
Too funny. Okay, so do we have any more questions or comments, concerns, queries?
Do you want me to hype up the crowd again?
Do it. Give us a good hype up for like 15 or 20 seconds, Matt. Do it.
If I'm not crying,
hear
you're
it.
doing
Let's
it
see
wrong.
it.
Am I doing it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting rock hard.
Oh shit!
Am I doing it?
What? Huh? Who? Hello? Anyways, do. What if I did this? Come on.
I like watching us figure this out.
Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Very annoying. Oh shit, that was crazy. Someone just broke something.
God is mad.
Maybe you,
God is mad.
maybe you could do it.
God's not mad.
I'm already subbed.
Alas.
I think I was able to gift one. Hell yeah, and we got it, motherfucker. Hey, good shit. Get wrecked.
Yeah.
All right, tight. All right, cool. So hopefully, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, we can jump into the game now.
Yeah.
And that's loud. Great. Alrighty, good shit. Fun. And you guys can keep the hype train going. That'd be tight as hell. Cheer, use your bits or whatever. If you consider gifting a sub or using a sub or anything like that, that would be wonderful. Anyways, so you guys want to play some D&D?
Let's play some D&D.
Fuck yeah, dude.
After I turn my liquid death toward the camera.
Yes. After I take a sip of my delicious liquid death. All right, very good.
For which he would do anything.
I would do anything. I'd do anything for death.
Hype train.
Hype train. All right, so when last we met, you all had recently come to a agreement with a young urchin boy. Goes by the name of Rennie. Reynaud, his true name. In this little agreement, you promised to head to the town of Aberlock, Rennie's hometown, where his brother has been wrongfully imprisoned.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. According to Rennie, his brother has been wrongfully imprisoned by the hands of Sir Ilan Thorn, the sovereign lord of the Aberlock. Bless you, Jim. Bless you again. One more time.
He's allergic to the lies.
He's allergic to lies and slander.
If anyone is, it's him.
And you decided to take him along with you as he stole a naval horse and rode off into the Evergrey Forest, where you would all bless you again. Bless you one more time. Yes, well done. Nice.
I don't know, that sounded like a cough.
You headed out into the Evergrey Forest with Rennie at your side to head north towards the Aberlock that sits just at the cusp of the Tempest Cliffs, just at the bottom of this mountain range. And here at the Evergrey Woods, you noticed a handful of odd monkey-like creatures sort of traveling across the canopy of the woods below you as you all stood on the precipice of a valley looking over into the Evergrey and then beyond to Aberlock itself, way on the lines of the horizon, nestled up against the Tempest Peaks. You all decided to take a little bit of a rest for the night, actually, and resume your travels in the morning. Here, a few of you stayed up for watch, not really finding too much of anything going on until Kill, you finally noticed that those odd monkey-like creatures seemingly had snuck into your camp and stolen a handful of your companion's items. You woke your party and you actually began to traverse deeper into the into the Evergrays to hopefully find this pod of ape-like creatures. You searched around, and after some time, you eventually came upon their mound of treasures and different forest objects, twigs, leaves, dirt, etc. Here they were in the process of some sort of ritual-like ceremony, a dance, some sort of almost celebratory-like event. And as you watch them trying to find an opening, trying a few different things to sneak out and grab and return your objects to you, eventually you were graced by the presence of none other than Sir Ilan Thorn and some of his confidants. Councilman Ibrahim, his right hand, and one of his black hand guards, for lack of a better term, named Mordain. They assailed this group of ape-like creatures, and Ilan's weapon, this oversized, two-handed, what looked like an executioner's axe, flew through the air as he threw it and cleaved one of these creatures in two. He seemingly took some of the ichor and blood from this creature and wringed it out of a towel onto his blade. And this blood dripped down and seeped into the blade itself, turning it from silver to black. They didn't seem to notice you, conversed a little bit about this ritual and this situation, and left this clearing where they left this mound of treasures and whatnot, seemingly uninterested in whatever is left there, including your belongings. You gathered up your things and had a quick conversation with Rennie about why it was not wise to, for lack of a better phrase, jump the gun in assailing Ilan Thorn without all the information that you would be otherwise more comfortable having. Rennie pouted a little bit in the night, but he is a preteen, so cut him some slack. And tweens. And so you returned to your camp. You slept through the night, woke up in the next morning, and began to travel further north, hoping to get to the Aberlock by sundown. Eventually you came upon another clearing with a little bit of a few small little ponds blanketed around, and the road continuing forward through this little clearing out to the other side where the Evergrey resumes. And here you found a couple tents gathered around a small smoldering embers, the remnants of a cooking fire. Smelling the scents of a well-made breakfast on the air, you began to chat about the last time these types of scents hit your nose rather loudly as you passed by these tents, drawing the attention of the denizens within. And once again, revealing himself, poking his head out of one of his tents, Sir Ilan Thorn looked out to you all and inquired about you, asked you to join him for breakfast, and you did. You sat down and you conversed, learning a good amount of things about him, about Ibrahim, about what they say is going on in the Aberlock. And after some time, he invited you to travel with him, as you're all going to the same spot. And you agreed. You began to head north through the Evergrey, and eventually, Ilan became curious about your relationship with young Reynold, who he does not seem to recognize. After already being suspicious about Indigo revealing himself to not be his wonderful disguise, he asks you for a wager. he would ask you a few questions and then reward you for your honesty. However, the caveat being, it would be done within a zone of truth, a spell that he would conjure so that none within it would be able to speak a lie. You agreed to this in order to defend yourselves against his inquisitive mind. First, in a jovial way. He started off simply by prodding you, not believing that you slayed a giant. And then he got serious. And he questioned you about your relationship with Rennie. But in the end, Rennie found a bit of courage and stood up for not only you, but himself. And seemingly you earned the trust of Sir Ilan Thorn, so much so that in an apologetic request, he asked if he could treat you to a night out in the town. Whatever bar that you would like to go to, he suggesting the Grappled Thigh, but your choice. Not too many other places really to go to. Anyways, and in addition to that, he would host you at his own home for a banquet, a little celebration of these new and interesting visitors. And perhaps he would even have work for you. Ibrahim would have to check the books and figure a few things out. But nevertheless, you continue your travels northward through the Evergrey Woods. Not too much longer until you reach the town of Aberlock. But everything seems just a little bit awkward now. However, Sir Thorn does seem to be in good spirits. It seems as though from one situation to the next, his mood can sort of lift and fall ever so easily. So, Ibrahim seems to be continuing in his notes. Mordain doesn't seem to give a shit about anything that's going on except for doing his job, which is protecting Sir Ilan. And Sir Ilan is just sort of making his way uptown, leading the way, whistling at this point, and not necessarily going out of his way to strike up conversation. However, he is not. His demeanor does not suggest that he would not want to be talked to. Especially by you, Kill, as he finds your philosophies on battle and conflict to be rather interesting. So, you all traverse through the Evergrays, and you have a little bit more time left with Ibrahim, Mordain, and Sir Thorn before eventually you reach the town of Aberlock. Perhaps another 5 or 6 hours, give or take. Is there anything that you would like to bring up, chat about, do, or attempt to do in this time? If not, we can sort of make our way through this in a very mini downtime situation of 6 hours, but the floor is yours.
I think I would ask Thorn one question. I don't know if I'm going to just tell you what it is or if I'm going to do it in character.
Do it in character. Let's do it.
Are Thorn and Ibrahim both on horseback, or
No, they are on
all
foot.
walking? Okay.
Yeah.
And I assume they're kind of walking next to each other. Ish.
A little bit. I mean, like, Ibrahim is definitely close to Thorn, but they're not necessarily walking together.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I would just go up to Thorn and I would just say, so Ibrahim, he's obviously a book kind of guy. Curious where you got your particular talents. You a book guy too?
No, certainly not. What talents are you referring to?
Well, you know, like that little game we played back there. That's not the
I
average
wouldn't call that
layperson.
talent. That's more of a gift, I suppose.
Oh, well, okay. Where'd you get that kind of a gift?
Well, ever since I was a boy, my family have always been devout followers of Dormar.
Oh,
And sort of the glory of My people.
That's one of the 5, right?
Yes.
The hand?
One
Yeah,
of the,
yeah.
One of the, yes. One
I
of the
just learned
handlers.
about them.
Ah, wonderful. Yes, it's just I was raised to sing her praises and to respect her and to revere her. And when the time came, I felt her presence cloak me. When I was called to war, it was like a calming presence came over me. And she told me that she was with me. And from then on, I felt her power.
Wow. She told you in words she was with you, or just kind of you could just tell?
Dreams.
And dreams.
Yes.
What sorts of dreams?
It's hard to remember all of them, but the first one, it's hard to forget. I was young, probably 15 or 16, and I remember it was just an ordinary day. We had heard about movement from what was called Alterstill at the time. Alterstill is still one of the provinces, but at the time it was a kingdom of its own. And there was conflict at the borders of Umbra and Alterstill. And I went to sleep, and I remember standing in a great expanse. And between my legs, I could feel the earth shake and move, and it split in two. And I saw darkness on one side. And I saw a shining... It was like a bird on fire. A creature with flaming wings on the other. And then I saw a host of my people in the darkness. And the ground just moved and split. And I looked to my right and to my left, and eventually I leaped toward the fire. And I woke up and I could feel this presence. And then from then on, every once in a while I would dream, and I would hear her voice. I honestly can't tell you what she said to me, but it was always a comfort. And then when I got the news that all of the young folk of my people were being called to battle. But I knew what side I had to fight on. Because what my people were doing wasn't right. So I fought for justice and for freedom. And we won.
Wow.
And she's never left me since.
You think you would have made the same choice if you hadn't had that dream?
I don't know. I don't think so. I found much easier to follow suit than it is to lead.
Sure, that makes sense. That's a hell of a dream.
Right. She's the god of what again, Dorma?
Conquest, glory.
Glory. Sure. Makes sense.
She's like the other side of, she's like the other side of Sea Day, right?
No,
Kind of.
I don't think so.
Don't they sort of all have opposites? Does she have an opposite?
I don't believe so.
Could be. I'm very ignorant. I don't know. Maybe I just made that up.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all, like I said, it all kind of blends together to me a little bit.
Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking specifically? I know the Maritimes, but
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but...
I'm from an island called Shantley.
And they know of Sea Day there.
No, I hadn't heard of Sea Day till I got to further north to this area. I just kind of got my first crash course in your the gods that seem to be recognized over here.
Well, what are the wise, my friend? Side is not recognized by the crown, and it would do you well to keep that to yourself. Academically, as I've been told, and he looks over to Ibrahim, who is now very much so paying attention to the conversation. And with your passive insight, you can see that he is silently now marking these things that you've brought up, which are taboo. And Ilan says, as he motions to Ibrahim, in academia, as far as I believe, it is fine to speak about in theory, but I know that you are not from this land, so just a heads up.
So you don't recognize their existence at all, or you just don't like to talk about it?
It is not wise to bring them up.
Okay.
And we will leave it at that.
Noted.
You guys got all kinds of rules over here. I'll get the hang of it eventually.
Keeps people safe.
Yeah.
I want to at some point, maybe not during this conversation, but at some point, talk to Ibrahim.
Okay.
And say, I have one more question about my favorite subject, which is myself. Have you ever heard the term, something called conduit kin?
Conduit kin. Perhaps. I'd have to go over my tomes. It sounds familiar, but to be honest with you, I may be thinking of something else. Why?
It was just something that came up when I was. I actually spoke with someone from the academy at one point who happened to mention it offhand. He was, I'll be honest, a bit stuffy.
Interesting.
Yes.
Do you recall his name? Maybe I knew him.
His name was Talil.
What?
Yes, I believe it was Talil.
Where did you speak to this person?
Oh, where was it? Where I think it was in I actually don't remember where it was.
All right.
I have no idea, to be quite honest. It's all kind of a blur.
Make a persuasion check.
I think it was. I got a 18.
Okay. He looks at you, and then he looks over at your companions and says, "Is this true?"
Yeah, we met him down in the Crown's Port, I believe.
Yeah.
As we were leaving.
That's right. Yes.
And he called you a conduit kin?
He mentioned. I don't remember if it was. He mentioned that the term definitely came up. We were talking a bit about my whole deal, and I know the term did come up, but I didn't really know what it meant.
Right. Well, I would suggest if you have had contact with him, that you keep it down to just that instance.
Oh.
Well, he did seem like kind of a prick.
He did.
Yes, he is unorthodox.
Oh.
So I would steer clear of him.
I'm guessing in a bad way is what you're getting at.
You can take that however way you like.
I see.
Does he appear like afraid of him? Or
Make an insight check.
Probably for the better we didn't end up doing those experiments.
16?
Offering to
Throw
become
that
his
one out
lab
there.
rat.
16. He doesn't necessarily seem afraid of Talil. He's just more so like, it seems more like he probably had just like a bad instance with him and is like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, okay.
It's very clear. He doesn't seem afraid. I mean, you're uncertain, but
Just
he
wary.
definitely does not like that guy.
Okay. Sorry, finish your interaction. And then I have
That's
questions. Okay.
interesting. Good to know.
Yes. We can speak about this further in the future.
Yes, I would like that very much.
Good. Jaleel touched me.
No.
He goes back to scrolling.
When I excuse me, when I brought up C-Day, Thorn appeared to just be like genuinely like trying to help me by saying like, hey, you shouldn't talk about that. But Ibrahim seemed to get a little like whatever. I was curious if I thought that he was like just like, hey, this dude's fucking weird, or like if he was getting kind of
Antsy?
kind of horny about it, you know what I mean?
Okay, make an insight check.
Yeah.
Horny check.
Horny check.
Make. Oh boy.
That's a 21.
21. And you're inquiring that if Ibrahim was...
I'm trying to ultimately what I'm trying to do is determine the cause of Ibrahim's particular reaction to bringing up C-Day. He seemed like excited about it, or just
No,
like,
he definitely seemed like this was another thing that he's like writing down like, and they fuck with C-Day, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just another thing that he's like, why the fuck are we even talking to these people?
Yeah, okay, got it.
You can definitely tell that Ibrahim is way over you guys, and Ilan is still amused by you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out that the night on the town was the first bet, and actually, I'm pretty sure he offered to pay for most of our stay, if not all of our stays. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
that's important to me.
Okay, no problem. I was gonna have that happen anyways. If I had
Okay.
misspoke about it earlier, my bad.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's all I wanted to do. Okay, that's the trip.
Anything else?
Mini downtime.
I do just at some point, just want to give Rennie a little side hug.
Sure.
Just like, I'm just
Little
proud.
Christian side hug. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
proud of him.
Inside hug.
Nice. Rennie sort of just like looks up at you, and he says, under his breath, and like, you know, you guys keep your distance from Ilan anyways.
Yeah.
But he says, what do you think we should do?
Well, for right now, just gather information, see what we can find out. I mean, you heard fucking Kill talking to him earlier. There's some sort of divine powers going on, which is something we can work with, now that we know that.
Okay.
So, Dorma, right? That's... Like, I know she's one of the five, but like she's kind of one of the ones that are like, morally ambiguous, right?
I don't know.
Alright, that's fine.
He's just like,
Yeah.
he
Right,
he genuinely doesn't have no idea. He has
Sorry,
no idea.
12. I'll forget sometimes.
Alrighty.
The name we've been using for him is Rocky, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been calling him Rocky, yes.
I just wanted to make sure so I didn't throw out like
No problem.
Roxanne.
Rennie?
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
his first art name.
Gotcha.
That's what Rocky's short for.
True. Okay. So for the sake of brevity, you continue your travels through, and you walk for another like 4 or so hours, with not really much going on. Every once in a while, there is a rustle around and whatnot, and Mordain sort of like readies himself, looks around, does a bit of a scouting, comes back and says it's clear, just like, you know, some forest critter, what
What's
have
the
you.
terrain like at this point? Are we still in the Evergreen?
You're still in the Everglades, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
I since we're just walking and have nothing else to pay attention to, I'll just keep an eye out for any
Make a perception check.
you know,
I know what you mean, baby.
any goodies.
Oh yeah.
11.
11. Through this 4-hour trek, you don't really see anything that catches your eye by any means. You can definitely mark down one additional, common mushroom or fungus. But for the most part, the first 4 hours go by without much of anything happening. At this point, I would like everybody to make perception checks, please.
Ooh. Oh, that's not so bad. 19.
That one.
Oh,
18.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
wow.
A dirty 20.
Randy got in that one. So you're not alone. Alrighty. So, Kill, Kiss, and Kaz.
Nice.
You three, as you're walking at this point, the sun is getting a little further set in the west now as the day goes on. And Ilan, at this point, just has his hands, his fingers folded, and his hands set behind his head as he's sort of whistling, walking down the road to Aberlock. Ibrahim is sort of scrolling in his book, and Mordain is keeping a sharp eye out. And eventually, you all begin to hear distant sort of thumping and thudding that quickly turns into the sound of galloping. I was wondering if you wanted to say something.
No, I was hoping it was another giant.
Oh, no.
Let's fucking go.
You can hear the almost thundering sound of a few galloping horses.
Oh, shit.
And up the road behind you, as you turn from the sound, you see that there are about 4 mounted men just barreling their way through the road up towards you. The 3 of you notice immediately that the horses are sort of decked out in naval garb, and they are all wearing naval chainmail of the Naledian crown. At this point now, Indigo and Rennie, you both turn and look, and you see this as well, but they have sort of now gained up on, not gained up, but gained upon you, and they just sort of pull their horses back as they, and one of the Mounties, whoa, hello there, and Ilan turns and just keeping his hands folded behind his head says, good day, what do I owe the pleasure of the Navy so far into the Blackweld? And one of the Mounties says, beg your pardon, sir, but we are searching for a few thieves that seem to have absconded with one of our horses. We were just searching around. Did any of you happen to see a sort of shorter fellow on horseback around here with naval garb? They might have taken it off, might be using a different horse, or rather a ungarbed horse. It's been a long day. I apologize.
It has been a long day.
It's been really long.
And he says this.
No.
Not that I can recall.
Rennie sort of steps behind you a little bit, Kaz.
We've just been walking through the woods for so long. I haven't really seen anyone else besides us.
I need you both to make either separate deception, or one of you makes deception with advantage.
I got +6.
I feel like mine's very similar to that. Yeah, I'm also +6. So
Yeah,
you go ahead and roll with advantage.
Sorcerer and Bard, the 2 best
That's
people
it.
to do
Exactly.
it.
Didn't lie.
The charisma classes.
It's 17.
Okay. Kill, you notice, firstly, the Mountie just sort of nods. All right, well, if you see anything, please alert the nearest post. We'll be searching around the Evergrey for some time. Thank you for your cooperation. Our apologies. And Ilan just sort of nods. Happy hunting. And the Mountie just sort of nods back at him and begins to move about. They turn around and sort of head back the other way and then start to split off into the forest. Kill. During that interaction, when Kiss and Indigo were speaking, you noticed Ibrahim write something low in his book. He sort of had dropped his hands and had the book and travel quill low, but you did hear as you two were writing, or as the 2 of your companions were speaking about not knowing anything.
Wow, okay.
You do mark this. The rest of you do not notice this.
Fucks with C-Day, stole a horse, lies about it.
It's just that office gif of Ryan.
Just say, man, you never stop writing, do you?
He just sort of looks to you. it's good to help remember things clearly and correctly.
Sure, that makes sense.
Feels targeted.
But what if you interpret them wrong in the moment, and then later you've got this sort of inaccurate record in your book?
I suppose that's a risk I'm willing to take.
That's good, because you got
Seems like a pretty low amount of risk. Getting something wrong when I'm writing, rather than getting something wrong when you are speaking. Don't you think?
Yes, I just mean that sometimes things aren't exactly as you observe them to be. Sometimes your eyes lie to you.
Well, he's just writing down his observations.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you can figure out what they mean later.
Why is this criticize Ibrahim's writing now? What's going on?
I don't know.
Perhaps I should take up journaling. It sounds like it would be fun.
I like to be in the moment when I'm having a conversation.
All right.
You know, that's all.
He jots that down.
Ibrahim will remember that.
He's a multitasker. It's fine.
Ilan says, don't mind him. He's always doing busy work and always trying to keep up with the coffers and the books and all these things. So it's as simple as that. And Ibrahim just sort of nods and then goes back to his situation, sort of drops the subject by himself. Ilan says, "Oh, that's rather odd. Haven't really heard of anything that exciting lately. Do you all think we should help them hunt around for a little bit?"
How much does a horse cost?
I
They
don't
came
know.
all this way looking for a horse.
Well, it is a naval horse, so I don't know, probably 15 gold. It's also, capital offense.
Oh.
So
What? Stealing a horse?
Well, I suppose that
stealing
makes
a
sense.
military horse.
I suppose.
Yes, that's grounds for quite a bit of time.
Really? It just feels like they could find another horse. No?
And he just sort of it's almost as if he never thought about it like that, but it's so incredulous that he can't comprehend not. It's so obvious that he's like, what do you mean? They're breaking the law. You know what I mean? If you can read this on his face, and he's just like, all are very lackadaisical, it seems.
We like to keep
What on
it
earth is that word?
Ibrahim says, right. Well, I will issue more of a formal warning to you all. Our Lord here is a bit more informal about how he brings these things up, but as it seems you all are very interesting, I'm going to be straightforward. If you step out of line in Aberlock, there will be consequences. You cannot just steal a horse and get a new one. It's not how things work. If you take what does not belong to you, you will be punished. Does that make sense to you? Come now, Ibrahim. Not children. They understand. Actions have consequences. You cannot take something that isn't yours. I want to hear it from them, my lord.
I promised never to steal a navy horse.
Ibrahim, you can see that there's a little vein in his forehead that just sort of pulses a little bit.
Kiss you uncorrigible.
Scout's honor.
Seems to make sense to me.
I have need for very little.
I don't know what I'd use another horse for anyway. I'm just kidding. I don't care to steal.
He
What happens to people who make a criminal offense?
Well, Ilan speaks up. It depends on what that offense is. Most minor things, you simply pay a fine. Something like stealing a military horse would likely get you probably 5 years or so.
5 years where?
Well, it depends on where you took it. If it was in the Blackweld or close to Aberlock, I mean, specifically if it was close to Aberlock, we would probably toss you into the Stonehome. But if you were closer to Bettonsport, they would put you in the galley. There are a few different holding houses, but if it was a offense like that, then we would probably have you held until you were tried by the crown itself, because you're stealing directly from the military of the crown.
Right, capital offense and all that. That makes sense.
And Ibrahim is stone-faced about this. Ilan is very, like, he's trying to make this is not, you can actually tell he's not hiding the fact that he feels awkward about what happened earlier, and he's like trying to make this like, but Ibrahim is like, no nonsense. But Ilan does, relay this in this way too.
Actually, I do have a question, sort of a cultural thing. There are certain things that are like legal in some places but illegal in others.
Well, I'd
there-
love to see where this is going.
Prostitution. I think of that as an example. Is that illegal here?
Where is it illegal?
I don't know. Somewhere, presumably.
Where?
I don't know. I was sort of making an inference, I guess.
Well, that doesn't really make much sense. I mean, the crown is the crown, and they enact jurisdiction over all of Naledi. So, unless you're referring to perhaps the Maritums, do they have hired men and hired women where you're from?
I guess I don't know. They didn't where I was from, but I was pretty isolated most of the time.
Well, I guess that could be an example, but again, the Maritums are not under the control of the Naledian crown.
Maybe
hence
it's not
the
my
Naledian crown.
best example, but
Chris, why in the world would anyone make that illegal?
I don't
Pretty
know.
foolish, I think.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of like if there was something that was okay in some places but not okay in others.
I believe in bodily autonomy.
Yeah, I'm a feminist.
What?
I guess I don't understand. Where would you be referring to?
Also, what are you planning on doing once we get there?
I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
Let's go to get this out of the way now because I'm planning to do a lot of things once we get there.
Ibrahim speaks up and says, "Do you have even the most minor bit of education about you? Do you not understand how the monarchy works? Where are you from again?"
Center Road.
Upper or lower? Not upper.
Lower.
And he just,
You fucking peasant.
he just, right. So the way that the monarchy works is that they control Naledi, and then they write laws into existence, and then their subjects, you, follow those laws, wherever the crown extends to. Does that make sense?
Gee, now it does.
So do you see why your question is stupid?
Yeah, I guess I do now.
Good. And he
Is
just
this
sort of like rolls
Valley
his
Girl
eyes
British?
and like goes back to his book. And Ilan just, the crown makes the laws, we follow them. So there's not really a place where it would be different unless you're talking about another continent.
Gotcha. Thank you, Ilan.
And Ilan just sort of, no worries. You all understand that, right? It's sort of like a blanket thing where everybody gets it.
Yes, crystal clear, darling.
All right. You can't steal horses, especially not from the Navy.
Why would I steal a horse from the Navy?
It's not a matter of can or can't. It's a matter of don't.
Don't do it.
Should not do
Right?
it.
There are no further questions. You just don't.
Understood.
Great.
I have no need for a horse.
Okay.
We've got enough horses.
Great. All right. Let's keep going.
I just want to make one thing clear. We understand laws, and we intend to follow them.
I'm gonna be totally
it's
honest
such a-
with you.
right.
It does not seem like
I
at least
know.
some of you.
I know. We can be a bit spiteful sometimes, and with Ibrahim's condescending attitude, we've decided to take on a more sarcastic route. We don't like to cause trouble. We don't intend to. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. We understand.
Sure.
I'm just trying to get to the grappled thigh.
We're all trying to get to the grapple five.
We are.
All right.
We are. Aren't
One way
we
or another.
all?
I'm a skilled
I'm a
grappler.
fucking diplomat.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
We've all seen it in action.
What's your prerogative? All right. Anyway, and he just sort of continues forward.
I don't know how to make this any clearer. Kill doesn't know any of the rules.
Makes total sense. Someone, the only person in the group who literally grew up their whole life in the confines of the Naledian crown doesn't understand anything.
She's just being an ass.
I think it was just kind of like, sure, yeah, I get it, sure, yeah.
Listen, all I know is Ibrahim's getting a wedgie at some point. This fucking nerd.
noogie this nerd, dude.
Getting a swirly.
So funny. Yeah, swirly. Too funny.
Actually, a swirly in a fantasy setting would just be shoving your head in like an
I would-
outhouse hole.
I wish I gave him glasses so that I could just like do this every time. Well, I actually.
They like light up.
Yeah. Oh man,
Take
too
his
funny.
lunch money.
Okay, so.
We just talked about not stealing.
Bring back bully.
Oh my god, I'm gonna bully the fuck out of this guy. No, you're not gonna do
Bounce
that.
off this continent and like go to the Meridians.
Yeah, fuck
Go
it.
down there.
You guys
Go
good.
there.
You guys just be like, yeah,
There's
fuck
no
all
crown
this.
over there.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, come on. Fuck this.
They can do anything over there.
Over there, they'll just come up and eat you.
Yeah, I'd be able
They
to
got
stab
blood
you
over
to
here,
death.
but they
That's
got
it.
nothing over there. We should go.
They'll
over
just
there.
take you because they can. That's it. All right. None of that.
We
Okay.
have a meritocracy in the meritocracy.
That's right, baby. That's right. That's right. Not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
Here you do what the king fucking tells you to.
That's right.
I thought you meant
That's it.
America for a second. I was like, all right, let's get political. Let's go.
Let's make a
Everything
stick.
I just said still applies to America.
You're right.
So, you guys continue on. This point in the day, it's starting to cross to the late afternoon. Another hour and a half goes by of pretty much silence, unless any of you want to bring anything up. But like at this point now,
All good.
Ilan still has his sort of half jovial aura about him, but it's definitely like when your two friend groups like meet up and like one of them like definitely doesn't like the other group, and now you're like all just kind of a little weird about like bringing anything up or like even like making a joke or laughing. You know what I mean? So it's that weird vibe right now.
I'm definitely trying to alleviate that as much as possible, like just kind of just the way it goes, just like make conversation, sort of tell stories, and kind of wonderful. sort of.
Sure. Give me a general persuasion check.
Okay.
Should be the bard's job.
Nope. I've decided not to.
17.
17. You see Ilan lighten up a little bit more. Ibrahim, cold as ice. Eventually, dusk begins to fall as you've been traveling for the entire day.
Can I do one thing?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try like I'm not gonna push this at all, but if I can just like casually walk up to Ibrahim at some point and see if I can like glance in his book, you know what I mean?
More just like not like I'm gonna sneak up on him and see if I can see, but literally just like, hey man,
over.
what you writing? You know, like super casual, you know.
Sure. Okay. So that's awesome. Oh, that's so great. So yeah, as you continue to traverse, every once in a while he'll bring up his book, he'll write something. You can see he's like looking around. Like it's not that she's randomly writing whatever, but he'll look around a little bit, seemingly mark something, start to write. And at some point you just sort of approach him, and as you get to a point where you are like in the midst of like about to like go to just take a look to like inquire or whatever, as you walk closer, as you get within like half an arm's reach, he immediately and just like puts it down and just doesn't like he keeps his head forward. He doesn't say anything to you or anything. He just keeps going. You can.
He's well practiced in stealthing his journal.
He definitely is aware of your presence.
No worries. Okay, I accept.
Is Mordain still like checking stuff out every time something happens?
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, he's gotten into a slight routine of maybe like every like 20-30 minutes. He just does like a little jog out into the sides to like look around and then sort of returns. He'll like whisper something to Ilan every once in a while, but like Ilan just every once in a while he does that. Ilan just sort of goes, all right, and then you know what I mean. Everything seems to be chill.
I just at one point want to go up to Mordain and be like, listen, mate, you can like chill. We're a bunch of giant slayers. You guys clearly know what you're doing. This is probably the safest fucking convoy in all of Naledi.
Make a persuasion.
You guys just want to start gaslighting Ellen. Just be like, yo,
This whole time.
Ibrahim was saying some shit about you earlier. Is that right?
You said persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not intimidation because I'm showing power?
I
No,
would
no,
say
it's,
that is a big
no,
stretch.
yeah, absolutely. It's still 14, which is fine.
14. Mordain just sort of like looks up at you and says, my job is never done. And then goes right back to his shit.
Wow, I bet he's real fun at parties.
Let's invite him to party with us at the Grappled Die.
I would love to not do that, actually.
I can't wait to get there.
Are we there yet?
Kicking my legs on the horse.
Like it's fucking Disney World. Like.
Are we there yet?
At this point, dusk has sort of set itself into the atmosphere, and Aelin just sort of stretches a little bit and says, shouldn't be much longer. Thank you for slowing your pace for us as we walk. Probably another maybe 45 minutes of a walk or so. Just further north, once we pass through the clearing, you'll be able to see Everluck relatively closely. Best way to tell is every once in a while when you see a clearing up in the canopy, you can see just how close we are to the mountains. And as he points it out, you do look up, and you can see the Tempest Peaks are vast, like looming over you. And you're rather close now, which is pretty cool. And he says, it shouldn't take much longer. We'll get there before it gets too dark. Don't worry. But we should probably light a few torches as we travel. Just keep aware.
I'm not gonna say it.
He slings over his pack and fishes out a small little heavily used torch that seems to be burnt down a little bit, and holds it over to Mordain. Mordain does
Pulls out a roach.
Mordain reaches into his bag and like slips his whole like forearm into that side pouch, revealing that it is in fact a bag of holding, and pulls out a set of like flint and tinder and knocks a spark onto it, and it bursts, and Ilan just sort of holds it.
Real quick, the thing that Ilan pulled out last session out of the bag to show us that was sort of like pushed a button and it like expanded. I assumed in the moment that it was not the sort of the executioner's axe.
Okay.
But did it? I guess did I recognize the hilt? Well, like, did it look like it could have been the hilt of the axe, or
it did not? It just looked like a javelin.
That's
it
what I
looked
thought.
similar to your immovable rod that you guys picked up, but when he like clicked the little side button, it elongated into a javelin.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. But over the week, I was like, wait a second.
Wait a second.
No worries. So he lights up a torch. Mordain takes another minute or so to light up one himself, and he holds it. And then Ibrahim just sort of like, he takes out his book, he jots something down, and then he flicks his wrist and the quill disappears, and then he just sort of like holds his hand up, and a little flame just apparates in his palm, and you guys now have some pretty decent light to see around and whatnot. If any of you want to create some light in whatever way you would like, you're more than welcome to. But they begin to move through the northward. Oh,
I have a hooded lantern. Yeah.
I love it. Spooky dooky.
I'll put my goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast light.
Gotcha. And you continue forward. About 10 minutes pass, and Kill. You start to hear what almost sounds like the squeaking of a wheel in the far distance, like a weird squeaking sound that is very constant. You hear like a and then it gets a little louder.
Coming up on something, I think. Y'all hear
I
that?
think I hear it as well, Ibrahim says. Hold on, everyone. If it's a caravan, we should let them pass. And everyone just, Ilan sort of stops. Everyone sort of stops. And a few moments pass, and you do see in the distance a wagon. A little downtrodden, being led by two mules and one rider with a very small sort of I don't want to say compartment, but like, you know what I mean, like a very small little roofed cabin. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, what would we call this portion of a wagon? A very small little cabin behind it. The driver seems to be dressed in squalid garb for the most part, and doesn't seem well to do. Has like a very dusted looking like charcoal top hat that is sort of patchworked a little bit with different sorts of fabric with like weird like touches of like dull green and red and whatnot. It's very Mad Hatter-y. And the rest of his wardrobe is also patchwork, but in the sense of nothing really matches. It's just sort of whatever he could find.
And also he has mercury poisoning.
Yes. Also, he's fucking nuts. No, but he has like a longer face. He's probably in his mid-50s. Weathered skin. And he just seems like a little gaunt. He's wearing gloves that are sort of cut off at the fingertips on one hand, and the other one covers it up. It is getting more and more chilly as you guys continue to move north. Subtly, but at this point, like, it's pretty decently cold. Yeah. Probably like the weather like it is outside right now. So like 43-ish in Fahrenheit. And so, because that exists in my fantasy world. But he comes a little bit closer, and you can see hanging off like one of the sides is like a lantern of the wagon. He also has like a little lantern sat next to him on his little seat on the wagon, and he's just sort of looking up, and as he goes to like wave at the people in the way of the road, you can see Kill, his eyes like widen a little bit as he sort of looks over at you all and just pulls back on the reins of the mules, and the mules just sort of come to a bit of a stop. And Ibrahim steps forward and says, "Good evening." And the man says, "Good evening, councilman, my lord." And Ibrahim says, "What do you think you're doing, traveling this late at night, Garnick?" The man says, "I'm just going for a stroll. You know, out in the wood, fresh air." Right. Well, how brisk. My lord, I can take it from here, Ibrahim, excuse me. That was me fucking up. And Ilan very calmly walks up to the man who Ibrahim called Garnick, and he just sort of puts his hand on like the rail of the seat of the wagon where Garnick is sitting. And he sort of hoists himself up and just sort of sits next to Garnick, and then leans over and whispers something in his ear. And you all see Garnick just sort of "Of course, my lord. My apologies. Be so silly. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
And he just sort of begins to like pull the reins back a little bit on the mules, and they just sort of like are shunted, and it's a very awkward, and takes a pretty decently long amount of moments to like turn this carriage around, as it needs a little bit of a wide berth, and you can hear things in the back cabin just sort of like shift around. Kill, you swear you hear, like as the cabin is shifting, you swear you hear a voice.
Like a voice from inside the cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just before that, Ilan does hop off the cabin, just sort of stands next to Ibrahim, just sort of folds his arms and just watches just very calmly. Ibrahim seems to have a stoicness about him, and Ilan just has a more of a reverence now about him, that he was more lackadaisical with you all when he was traveling, but now this is more of like he is settled into a more serious tone.
Lord
just
mode
in his stances and
activated.
whatnot. And Garnick just turns, and now the cabin is facing the other way and begins to move on, and moves away a little bit for maybe like 20, 30, 40 feet. And Ibrahim traces in the air a little bit, and you all notice his eyes glow for just a moment, faint silver, and he leans over and he whispers something in Ilan's ear. Master Garnick! And the wagon just fucking halts. Do you mind if I take a look inside your cabin? I just want to double check something, if that's all right. And Garnick just sort of, he turns over his shoulder, and now that, looking towards you all, you can now see his head poking out from the front of the wagon. He just says, of course, my lord. Whatever you'd like. Give me a moment, I will open it up for you. And he just sort of hops off of the side, and he very slowly, he puts his hand on the cabin side and just sort of traces it. And he moves to the other side, the back of the cabin, and he grabs on to a couple of wooden handles. And he says, just a few things that we keep in the wagon, miscellaneous supplies. And he opens it up, and you can see that there are on both sides, it's a very small space, but on one side there is like one little tiny shelf bench like situation that's sort of built into the side. On the other side, very same, there's a very, very sliver of room between the two of them, just enough for like legs to fit in between, but not enough for like, you wouldn't be able to sit right opposite someone. You'd have to sit like this, if that makes sense. And there seemed to be like a few like small little supplies, like a little bit of rope and like a chisel, like a small hammer and stuff, but nothing more than just miscellaneous little tools and whatnot. And Ilan looks at Ibrahim and says, go take a look. Of course. And Ibrahim walks up, and he turns and looks at Garnick, looks him up and down, steps on to the cabin, and he begins looking around. Traces his hand along the wall. bends down, puts his hand on the floor of the cabin. He puts a finger down on a floorboard, and he mutters something under his breath. And a small bit of energy pulses under his finger, and he begins tracing it. And you can see little bits of smoke rising up from the wooden plank. And the man, Garnick, outside says, Councilman, please, it would take me a little while to... And Ibrahim says, shut up. And he traces his finger until it burns a little sliver on one, and he brings his finger down to begin the bottom of it. And Garnick turns to Ilan and says, my lord, please, I don't know what you could possibly be. And Ilan puts a hand on his shoulder, and you all see the dust and the dirt and little bits of smooth stones in the road, sort of around where Ilan and Garnick are standing, tremble for a moment, and are almost in a moment pressed into the ground around them in like a 10-foot sort of circle. And you can hear just a little bit of the wood creak when you see this happen. It's like a force presses onto the ground. And you see Garnick's eyes just sort of widen. And he swallows. And Ilan just sort of looks at him, pats him a little bit, and then puts his hand back into his folded chest. And finally, Ibrahim reaches, hooks his fingers around the burnt edge of one of this split planks and pulls it back as it flies off. The smoke still sort of filling the air. And he stands up, walks down, steps off of the cabin, looks at Ilan. Whispers something in his ear. And Ilan disappointing, Garnick. I would have considered you an honorable man. And he walks up to that little hole that Ibrahim made in the cabin floor. And he reaches a hand down and rips another plank off of it. And rips another plank off of it. So now there's like a full hole in the ground. He pulls back one of the wooden sort of shelved seating areas until it snaps all in one piece. And he sets it onto the ground, creating more of a space. And Kill, you can hear as Ilan reaches down, grabs onto something, and lifts up a young woman. And she is sort of like clutching at Ilan's wrist. She's got this sort of tousled, very curly blonde hair, strawberry blonde. She seems to be probably, I don't know, she's a young woman, probably just into adulthood, maybe 20 or so, wearing similar sort of patchwork clothing and whatnot. And she's just sort of like trembling, just lifted clean in the air by Ilan. And he just sort of places her down on the edge of the cabin. And he steps off and he holds out his hand for her. And she just sort of like shaking, looks at Garnick, who is like not even looking at her. He is like looking straight at the ground. He is like unmoving, not even shivering in fear. He is unable to move. And she just sort of looks at Ilan and then looks at you all. And you can see she has this sort of round face that probably betrays her age. And she's got these like sort of sparkling brown eyes, like a deep brown. And she's just sort of like in shock. And she just reaches out and she gently puts her hand on Ilan's palm. And he walks her down off the lip of the cabin. And he turns to you all and says, "My apologies. It seems as though we'll have additional travel companions."
Is everything all right? It seems rather that it's not. What's going on?
Everything is fine now. We just have to escort these two back to Aberlock.
Are there folks not allowed to leave Aberlock? Is that what I'm picking up?
Certain folk. Some of us have debts to pay. Do we not, Garnick? And he just sort of doesn't say anything.
But he's able to move again?
He's able, I mean, he moves his head. Sure.
Oh, okay.
So, let us continue.
Yes, certainly. More the merrier.
Garnick, why don't you lead your wagon? And Dove will stay with me. And Garnick just sort of nods and sets back up on his seat in his wagon, urges his mules on, and they move forward. And Ilan just sort of holds out his arm for this young woman named Dove to take it, and she does so, and just sort of like holds on to it, shaking a little bit, and they just very calmly begin to walk. And Ibrahim stays just behind them on the left, and Mordain stays just behind them on the right. Actually, excuse me. Mordain walks forward, and he stays up, walking next to Garnick as he's taking the wagon forward.
Can I, presumably hanging back a little bit, kind of whisper to Rennie, could you shed any light on what just happened?
I don't know.
No idea what he meant by certain people.
You can see Rennie is really like deeply upset. So he's just sort of like it's almost as if he like couldn't even bring himself to like talk about anything right now.
I just fully take his hand.
Sure. He squeezes onto it. Like
yeah, I
he's,
figured.
Yeah, he's yes.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Do Garnick and Dove, do they look like they could be related? Or unclear?
Maybe. I mean, like, it's not obviously like, this is definitely a family. But like, I mean, you can make whatever inference. It's just not like they're very clearly like physically similar.
Are they both human?
They are both human.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
I would kind
That was kind of my thought too.
be dragging my feet just a little ways behind the group, and I would like.
Could you speak up a little bit more, Dylan?
Sorry, yeah. I would be kind of dragging my feet to catch up with the rest of the group and see if I can very quietly cast a message to Dove.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Oh, I don't suppose we still have that pass without a trace, do we?
Oh no, that is long
That was
gone.
days ago, wasn't it? Or
It was
last
today.
night. It was last night.
7.
Okay. You begin lagging behind, and you sort of cover your mouth and you just sort of whisper something into your palm. What would you like to cast? Or what would you like to say to Dove?
Do you need help?
correct me if I'm wrong. I would like someone to explain the response from message. Does the receiver need to speak, or does it telepathically come back to you?
Quote, the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Oh.
So, I feel like it's just like a brain whisper.
So the response is the
Imagine it would
initial
at least-
message is audible, but the response is
That's cool. Actually, I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
yeah.
Imagine they would move
Cool.
their mouth, but not be
Maybe.
heard.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
A moment passes. You hear, please. Yes.
I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want us to kill them for you, or do you want us to help you escape?
A moment passes. Just help.
Very helpful, thank you.
I'm victim blaming now.
You dumb bitch. Make a choice. Oh god.
With that stealth roll, did I hear any of that?
Yeah. You definitely heard. You don't know what Kiss said, but you definitely heard her like whisper something.
Okay.
There's no one around her, and she's sort of doing like this sort of a thing, and like turning her head a little bit. But you definitely heard.
Pretty sus.
Yeah.
So, how long until we reach the grappled thigh again?
Perhaps 30 minutes or so. Coming upon the town pretty soon.
Nice. And, are we all splitting up then, or are we staying together?
Well, we will take care of your expenses post haste, as was the agreement. But no, we will not be joining you at the grappled thigh. We have business to attend to.
Certainly. Sorry to pry, but where are Garnick and this fine young lady going?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
It's still not that bad.
Okay.
It's still a 16.
Okay. He looks at you and he says, "That is none of your concern."
Alright, I just like to ask questions.
Clearly. And he just stays forward.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Do you need like time to do something?
Jesus Christ. Kill. You hear fucking passive insight. Too good. Thank God no one else is as good. Which is hilarious.
I'd like to try to whisper to Kaz, like, we gotta help her escape.
Since I've been hearing Cassander whispering and doing weird shit, I'm gonna kind of drift back to where she is.
Okay. Make another, unless you want to say something to her right now. You can see she's in the process of like bringing her hand up again.
Yeah.
You can make a
No, I
stealth
was
roll
gonna-
unless. Oh, you were
I
just
was
gonna straight up.
literally
Okay,
just
well,
talk to Kaz.
All right, well, you can
Yeah.
make another stealth check.
I just want to like lean into Cassander and whisper, "We're all being watched.
I know.
Be more careful."
She's in danger. She needs help. We can't just sit here and do nothing.
I'll just kind of drift back away.
Okay.
How much longer did you guys say was to the grappled thigh? About half an hour?
Something like that.
Alright, I'm gonna need to stop and use the bathroom real quick then.
Okay.
What's the bathroom?
Use the piss in the
Use the
woods.
piss hole.
I'm gonna use the piss in the woods.
Me too. Pause for a moment.
Why don't you just take one of the horses? Catch up.
Okay, but don't go too far. We'll
We
miss you.
literally can't. We're on foot.
Okay.
So you two mount one of the horses now that you were walking, and you
Yeah.
drift away. Do you take Rennie with you?
My immediate thought was, yeah. Then I was like, well, wait.
Oh, we don't need him to.
That
go to
might
bed.
be creepy as fuck.
Yeah. Alright. Nope.
No.
Okay.
But I do whisper like, "We'll be right back. Just stay near. Maybe just hang back."
Make sure you stick with.
Before they leave, there's a redemption for an Easter egg.
Easter egg.
Oh, shit. That's a great time
For
for an
who?
Easter egg.
Cool.
Yeah.
From Eric, I think.
No,
right?
for who?
For you.
Oh.
For Kaz, right?
Oh,
I want Kaz to
cool.
understand
Oh.
Rennie.
Oh, okay,
Jesus
then-
Christ,
well,
Eric.
Auntie V was the one that redeemed it, but.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought.
yeah, so he doesn't get
Is
to
that
pick.
not connected with Eric?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? It says redeem Easter egg, and then right under it is the message from Tony Romo's biggest fan. So that's who redeemed it.
Okay, so anti-track, and then it's
Oh,
it wasn't
cool.
found on the you're good.
Out of stock, yes, because that can only you can only do that once a stream. Okay, cool. I couldn't remember if but you get that once a stream.
He wants Kaz to understand.
It's either once a stream or
Rennie.
like once an hour or something.
But they don't get to choose what they understand.
No, you don't get to choose what you understand. You get to choose the player. Yes. Sorry, Eric.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fuck
If you would have read it, if you would have read what it says, but yeah. Anyways,
It's a great
will-
time for an Easter egg.
it's a
though.
perfect time for an Easter egg. Well done, Eric. You
Yeah,
still did good. You
good
still did
work.
good. I'm proud of you. So, Kaz, as you sort of turn, you mount the horse, and from here you have like a higher vantage point. Everything else was sort of like lower. Everything was equal footing. But you see here from a higher vantage point, you're able to see as you're sort of mounting the horse, Ibrahim takes his book out and he writes something in it. And you just ever so quickly, with a glance, you see Kiss's name come up like the last like three things has been something with Kiss, and then you see some sort of like weird scrawling that it doesn't match, like it doesn't look like a language, and it's not common. So there's some sort of weird like runic scrawling next to her name.
It's actually just Ibrahim writing over and over again about how badly he wants to kiss Thorn.
Yes, exactly.
That's what it means when it says kiss.
I love Ellen so much.
I wanna kiss
him.
I want to kiss him.
I want to give
He's
him a
so
kiss.
handsome.
Mr. Ibrahim Thorne.
That's so good.
Do I recognize if that's some sort of like magical symbol or shorthand or something like that?
Unfortunately, you don't. You
Okay.
can make whatever inference you'd like, but there's
Yeah.
nothing.
It's not
And I'm not having you make like an Arcana check because you're not a spellcaster.
No, absolutely.
So, yeah, so like
Yeah.
you can make whatever inference you want. It's not you're definitely sure that's definitely not a language. And it's not common. However, Cassandra's full name is written in common, and then that.
Not just.
Okay.
I want a Cassandra.
So bad.
As we get a little bit further in the woods, a little bit out of earshot, I, under the guise of shallow conversation, want to use Thieves' Cant to ask if you speak Thieves' Cant. 'Cause I don't think
I like that.
I
yeah,
don't think
sure.
I know that.
Yeah. So
wish I
you begin to speak in this sort of backward speech to Cassandra. Cassandra, do you speak Thieves' Cant?
No, I don't. Sad.
Kaz sort of he just like says like a handful of words that don't really make sense when paired together. Like there are a bunch of words where he's just sort of like, do crows talk back as well? Or like something weird like that. Yeah, and you're just like, what? Like what?
Are you having a stroke? Do you smell toast? Because we should worry.
That's actually a myth. That's not a real thing. Yeah, fun fact.
What have I been worried about the whole time?
Anyway, maybe we should chill out about this whole thing. You know, it's really not that big of a deal.
Right. Are we using the restroom? When I
do really have to pee.
Right, I
Yeah,
know. Let's go over
I-
there and
le-
use the.
All right.
We're in the woods. All right, what's up?
Nothing. I'm just saying you're being really weird about this thing.
Well, you're talking funny.
Right, I understand.
Right.
I'm just saying maybe this is something we should not dig into. It's really not our business.
I'm not digging into anything.
Perfect.
I just have a question.
What's that?
Have you been near the ocean lately? It's a question I'm asking.
Right. I would say it's been a while since I've been to the ocean, and I don't really plan on going back too soon.
So no then.
No.
Okay. Just checking. Noted.
Anyway, you might want to turn the other way. I am going to piss.
I am going to piss. And we're going to take a bathroom break because I have to piss so fucking bad
Absolutely,
right now.
me too.
Yep, I got to pee so bad. So thanks, Garrett. We're going to be right back. Go take a little break, get some snacks. Who knows what's going to happen next in this wild little trip up to Aberlock. Oh, very scary, very
I want to grapple a
suspenseful.
thigh, okay?
I want to grapple a thigh, goddammit.
Let's go to the grapple.
I'm gonna go grapple my thigh in the bathroom. I'll see you guys later. Oh, gross. Bye. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we are all continuing down the path of the northern Evergrey roads to Aberlock. Kaz and Kiss are relieving themselves out in the woods as you all begin to travel.
Is that the first time everyone's actually gone to the bathroom in a D&D game before?
Yeah,
Because we never say it.
Nope.
And Kill, at some point, you feel Rennie's hand grab onto yours and just sort of squeeze onto it, and you can see that he's just trying to cling on to you for comfort.
Give him a squeeze back.
Yeah. Kaz and Kiss?
What do we do? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want to cause any trouble in this town until I've killed Eric.
You guys all are also aware that no one's really around. You could probably speak.
Right.
And
What
we
the
will
fuck
just
are we
say that
gonna
you're
do?
whispering.
Right.
Well, I don't plan on causing any trouble whatsoever until I've killed Eric Stand. At the end of the day.
Can't you get your mind off Eric Stent for 2 seconds and see that there's someone else in danger?
Not really. No.
There's a woman right here who's being taken against her will. Currently.
Who does not seem like she's in danger of dying anytime soon.
I don't know what they're gonna do with her. She asked for help. I asked her. So we've got to figure out something.
Alright, so we're dropping the whole pretense of code. Alright.
They can't hear us, the DM promised.
I did promise.
Gold said there was no one around.
It's totally chill.
Totally fine.
Talk about whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Piss,
it.
shit, fart.
You can say the 7 words you can't say on radio intelligence.
That's right.
Listen, Kiss. I just want you to know, when I got on my horse, I saw a little bit of Ibrahim's journal.
Mhm.
And he is writing a lot about you.
Me?
You have been noticed.
Just because I'm cute. Probably.
Probably not relevant. He does not seem like he's particularly chasing tail.
Well, not out loud, he's not. He's keeping it in his diary, ain't he? Uh-huh.
Kiss, I love the self-confidence. Really, it's so great. I love this stuff.
Thanks.
That's not what it's fucking about, though, right? We can both admit that that's true.
Fine. But what are we going to do about Dove? She's in danger. Or she feels she is. I don't want to just leave her stressed.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Do you want to fucking attack?
That's why I asked you.
What I'm trying to tell you is we should not do anything right now. Which is both useful to me and the truth.
Tell what? She's clapped in the stocks or something.
We've already got to save people from the stocks, don't we?
I know. What have they... I don't know what she's done. They're not going to execute her. No, they're not going to do that.
Just do yourself a favor. Don't use magic around Ibrahim.
Any magic?
Listen, there was like a symbol. Alright? I don't know much about anything. If I had to guess, he's not just doodling in his fucking journal, alright?
What's a symbol?
Either... What?
What's it look like?
I have no clue. I was just told it was a symbol by God. Yeah, you didn't describe it all right. You just said it was...
It looked like a bunch of like runic scribings.
Yeah. Just a bunch of fucking like... It looked like writing, but not writing. It wasn't language. It's just fucking runes. Listen, I don't fucking know magic, alright?
Can I make an inference?
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not that bad. Yeah, that's a 22.
22, yeah. You are a spellcaster as well. I mean, you can make a pretty good inference that, like, probably is the formula for a spell.
Okay, alright.
Which is why I was trying to be fucking coded before.
Right.
Significant chance he's listening right now.
Probably true. Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, let's go back then, and we won't panic about it until we get to town.
Did you already pee?
Yeah.
Alright.
I've been being this whole time.
You just haven't noticed.
She's like in a bush having this conversation. just shoulders and head above.
Let's go.
You guys return?
Yeah, we get back on the horse and
Okie dokie. Kill, eventually you hear the clopping of hooves coming back up from behind you guys. You hear again. Jesus Christ! You can't beat your fucking 17 to save this guy, save his
At
life.
this point, it doesn't matter.
He
He's
just is gonna assume
constantly
he's
writing
writing.
stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I think I was doing my best to sort of lighten the increasingly awkward mood. It's like, what do you think the weather's going to be like later? Like, sort of trying to make conversation wherever I can.
Okay. As you're doing this, you quickly realize maybe after like 2 times of like trying to like start conversation, at this point no one is, unless like Kill or Rennie says anything, no one is saying anything. Dove especially is like making sure not to look at anyone. Garnick is ahead of you, like sitting in the wagon, so like you don't even know if he's paying attention. And Ilin has lost all form of his jovialness, and Ibrahim is as cold as he's ever been.
Can I try to catch up to
Mordain.
No. Well, I mean, yeah,
Clearly he's the
basically.
most chill.
Because Mordaine's with Garnick, right? Or
Sure.
like near him. Can I try to catch up there?
Sure. You move past Ilin, Dove, and Ibrahim and begin to walk up towards Mordain.
Yeah. Is Mordain is just walking alongside Garnick, who's in the cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has like one hand like on the rim of the
So he's sort of
wagon
escorting
as
it,
he's like
kind of.
walking.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll say to. I'll just kind of say to both of them. I guess I'll just say. So what's this about a debt? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, fair enough.
No notes. Exactly.
Garnick ignores you.
Okay.
He's moving forward. Mordain turns and looks at you. It would be wise to mind your own business.
Well, that's not very satisfying. Does nobody have conversation in Aberlock? Y'all just walk quietly with a shit-eating grin on your face?
Am I close enough to hear this?
You definitely hear Kill.
Kill's not exactly whispering, and
I
we're
guess
not
so.
talking.
Yeah. Okay.
I meant to say shitty look on your face. I don't know why I said shit-eating
I
grin.
was gonna say, Mordain, we can...
Yeah.
I was gonna... If you would have said that, Mordain would have said, I haven't smiled once.
Yeah.
But you said
No one
shitty
ever
look
taught
on
me
your face.
how.
And Mordain just says, when it comes to matters of the state, you will mind your business.
All right, well. I hope they're a little looser at the grapple thigh than here.
Yeah, I think they might be.
And he just sort of like goes back to his escorting.
Grapple Thigh is a long-standing institution, and they will not put up with silliness.
It's actually extremely strict,
Yeah,
like
just
prim
like-
and proper in there.
I'm saying this to you, like, is the grapple thigh even going to be fun, you think?
I guess we'll see when we get there. I should hope so.
So far, this place is stiff as hell.
Yes, not in the good way.
Kaz and Kiss, at this point, you've fully caught up.
I will have also like gone back to Rennie once I like hop off my horse.
You're walking on. Well, actually, Kill. Then you would have left Rennie. as
Yeah, I
you, like,
totally
walked
forgot.
up.
I don't think I would have left Rennie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Let's just pretend it was fine.
Great.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't think I would have left him alone.
Okay.
Well, you were still
Here,
back
yeah,
there, so I would've
Indigo
left
was
him
there.
there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. You and Indigo are on the other side of Rennie as you guys are walking. And yeah, no, like it is beyond like stone cold here. Yeah, it's
But at a certain point, I'm just kind of like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You guys just traverse forward, not do anything.
Stony silence.
Yeah.
Okay. A bit of time passes, about 10 or 15 minutes, and eventually you begin to break the edge of the evergreen forest. And you appear out onto the other side where the road opens up into more of a small little meadow. And then beyond that, you see the town of Aberlock nested up against a sheer cliff where you look up and can see, even in the darkness, the hue of the moonlight silhouetting the Tempest Peaks up into the sky. Now it is nightfall, and the burning torchlight is what is lighting your path. You all see Ilyn lean into Dove and whisper something. And she just sort of like looks up, nods, and lets go of his arm, and just sort of keeps her hands folded in front of her and begins to walk up to the side of the wagon and gets up and sits next to Garnick up on the front. And they continue on, and Mordain keeps a hand on the railing of the wagon seat and continues to escort them forward. And Ilyn just turns and stops. Ibrahim standing next to him. And he unfolds his hands and then links his fingers in front of him in more of a relaxed stance. And he says, "Welcome to Aberlock. I will take you myself to the Grappled Thigh, as I promised. I will pay for your stay. And as I promised, I will host you in my own home. I apologize for this instance. I pray that it won't happen again."
Yes, I certainly hope that these two fine people will be get some sort of chance to redeem themselves for whatever has happened.
They will be tried.
Ah. Well. Good.
Yes. Well, let us continue. Party drink.
Yay!
Amazing. We're all stressed.
Yeah,
Yourself,
Lucian.
I've already had a potion.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Thought you might.
She's a sweet one.
That's
So,
very good.
Ilyn turns
Stamina potion.
and begins to walk.
When is the affair at that we? When shall we arrive? I don't really know what the dress code is or anything like that.
We will send for you.
Very good. Yes.
You begin to move forward, following the road, a little ways behind the wagon that is sort of picked up a little bit more of a pace, separating itself from you. Eventually, you reach up to a large post, sort of a almost gate-like structure with a little burning sconce on the outside, lighting up a little window. For whatever reason, I can't think of the word window. Lighting up a little window into a small room of this structure, where you can see a man with folded arms is just sort of in like garb very similar to Mordain's. He's just sort of sitting in a little box room, leaned up on his chair, and is as you begin to approach, you see he just sort of like sits up and just sort of like is attentive, and Sir Ilyn and Ibrahim begin to approach, and Ilyn just sort of nods toward him, and the gentleman just sort of and turns. He pulls like a lever or two, and the structure like opens up a little bit of gates that let you in. You can see that there is a small, there's not like a great wall that surrounds the Aberlock, but there's definitely a wall structure that sort of just marks out the outskirts of the town and the innards of the town as well, and keeps the denizens of the forest away and unable to enter, and anyone who is, perhaps unwelcome.
Of ill repute.
Yes, perhaps. The gates open, and Ibrahim leans in to Ilan again and whispers something. And Ilan just sort of looks up and around. I don't know either. And they continue through. You walk onto the city streets, which are cobblestone. And this sort of section of the town is a little bit more squalor than maybe you've expected. The buildings are smaller, much more packed in, but you can see in the distance, up on a hill, there's a rather nice home, like in the distance, sort of looking over the rest of the town, a ways away, a couple blocks probably, almost sitting on top of like a plateau that is jutting out of the sheer cliff itself. There's like a little rough-hewn path that leads up and curls around to that little plateau where this large building is set upon. There are many smaller buildings here, lots of different shops, and you assume homes, maybe hostels or hole-in-the-wall bars, who knows. And there are a small handful of people just sort of out like on stoops and decks of houses and stuff. There are many different little torches lit up on different standing posts where there are little signs pointing on different directions on the streets, all labeled with different street names and all that jazz. And they all just sort of like watch you all as you walk through. Anytime Sir Ilan gets close or passes by, you see these people stand, bow their heads, and go back to sitting, as Ilan doesn't really pay too much attention to them, but he leads you through nonetheless. Eventually, you reach a building not too far into the city. Perhaps another 5-minute walk, just down one street, at the end of which it splits into right or left paths. And there at the fork, standing right in front of you, is a pretty decent-sized building. A sign juts out from the lip of the overhanging little roof where it covers the double doors of the building, and it hangs and just ever so slightly sways. You can hear a slight little creak. Doesn't seem to be much noise coming from inside, but the sign does have a depiction of a couple men wrestling.
Finally, someplace cool.
And you can see written in common at the bottom of it, it says "The Grappled Thigh." And Ilan turns to you all and says, "As we promised, the Grappled Thigh. How many rooms would you need to procure?"
How many would we like?
At least, at most 4.
At least one.
Yeah, somewhere between 1 and 4, yes.
I will get you 4 rooms.
Wonderful, thank you.
Follow me. And he walks through the double doors as they open. You walk in, and it's not too dissimilar from Hangman's Tavern. I mean, it's a simple-looking interior. There is a fireplace, a handful of tables and whatnot. The only difference being there's really no one in here. No one at any tables. No one at the bar. No one even behind the bar.
What?
Seems a bit empty in here.
I'm fine with self-serve, personally.
Ooh, that is quite an interesting prospect, I suppose. But I did expect there to be a few more people in here.
Perhaps they are in the back. Follow me. I will
Do an
lead you.
insight.
Okay, go for it.
Is this a trap?
Feels weird.
11.
11. He seems nonchalant about it.
Okay.
And he says, "Follow me. I will show you to your rooms." And he walks this way and he turns to Ibrahim and he says, Take care of the payment. Of course, my lord. And he walks up the set of stairs that leads up to the second floor of the building.
Follow.
Yeah,
Follow him.
absolutely.
And there's, again, very similar to Hangman's, just a long hallway with a handful of rooms up above in this tavern. There are probably 6 total. And he just walks up and he opens up one door on the left, the first door on the left, opens up the first door on the right, second door on the left, second door on the right. And he says, "Here you are. Enjoy your stay."
Are there locks on them, or does he just open them?
He just opened them. He says, "Feel free to have at it behind the bar. If the bartender comes around, Ibrahim is taking care of it. I'm sure they will serve you finely. Perhaps we will see each other tomorrow night, so don't get too tired. You won't be able to join us for dinner. It's been quite a long day. So thank you for accompanying me, and welcome to Aberlock.
Yes, thank you.
Good night." And Ilan walks down the stairs.
Night.
Another moment passes. You hear the doors shut. You are by yourselves.
It's so quiet.
Yes.
Is this how bars normally work?
No.
No.
My one wouldn't even let me behind the bar to help, and we're supposed to.
Because
Free
you do the
reign
whole
here?
thing? Right. Seems weird, doesn't
A
it?
bit odd.
What did he mean? Maybe they're in the back. Is there like
The
a
back of
like a
what?
back room or like a?
Yeah, there's like a kitchen and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Can I?
I
Let's
could go
go look.
investigate.
We're looking in the
take a
kitchen.
You walk downstairs. Empty main room. You see that there is a door on the side of the there are 2 doors, one on either side of the bar. Empty. The bar's empty. The room's empty. Fireplace isn't even on or anything. So
I'll light the fireplace.
okay, you do so.
Magic.
It immediately starts to toast a little bit in here, and Rennie actually moves up to the fire and holds his hands in front of it, and tries to warm up a bit more.
Rennie, you ever had a drink?
One time my brother let me have a sip of an ale.
Okay. Well, let's see what we got. I'll walk behind the bar.
Something
I'm
gentle.
I'm already there.
Great, yeah. Indigo's just fucking raiding the bar.
I literally don't know what most of this stuff is, but
We'll pick something easy.
Okay. Do they have wine?
Yeah, they do.
Let's see what kind of.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
yeah. What do we got back here, Sal?
Make an investigation check. Gil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
6. I mean, none of it, some of the wine just isn't labeled really. There's 15. One of the bottles is sort of torn, or not torn. One of the labels of the bottles is sort of torn a little bit and almost falling off. You can see that there's a little bit of a glue-like substance trying to hold it on in a makeshift manner. There are 2 letters left on the scrolling. AR, in cool, interesting lettering. The bottle is sealed though, so seems good.
I know where that's
Let's see
from.
how this is. And I'll
Yeah, you pop it open.
refill my glass.
Sure.
Just mix in whatever's already in
Yeah,
there.
it's great. Kill, you look around. There are a myriad of different liquors, liqueurs, ale, beer, wine around here. Most of the wine is unlabeled except for the one bottle that Indigo seemed to have found. And a lot of the liquor you don't really know what it is. There are a bunch of words that you don't really understand. But some of it's dark, some of it's clear, some of it's red.
Are there shot glasses?
There are mugs around, and then there are smaller little glass cups that you could probably use as
Can I
shot
can I
glasses.
just take 4 random bottles and pour one
Fuck
each
yeah.
into 4 cups?
100%.
Yeah.
There are 2.
Mix and
There
base
are
liquors.
Actually,
there's
5
one,
cups.
5 cups. There's one really dark,
Mhm.
2 clear, and then 2 lightly tinted dark.
But these are all
liquors.
different, right?
They're all different.
Okay. All right. Gather around, team. I don't know what any of this shit is, so we're all gonna figure it out together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
All right. I'm
Cool.
gonna keep the very dark for myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give the clear.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give a clear to Rennie
Okay.
and a clear to Kaz. And then the other ones are kind of in the middle,
Yeah.
tinted,
Mhm.
and then tinted.
Gotcha,
these two.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, Rennie, you drink yours slow, okay?
Yes.
Not
Okay.
like the rest of us are gonna do ours.
Okay.
You sip yours.
My brother told me to just, if it's this small, you just do it in one go.
Yeah, when you're an adult. Not yet.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
Randy. Nobody's.
Give it at least 2 years before you start throwing things back.
Okay.
I'll bet you're faster than this one.
What?
That's all I'm saying.
That's not a competition, Kill.
Okay. Everybody drink,
Could be.
and then we all got to discuss which ones are good so that I can try those too. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Tony wants to redeem guidance to Rennie.
Word.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I love
The
it.
only one
Give him a
supervising his
contact here.
child.
Love it. He's got guidance.
None of the rest of us are supervising him, that's for sure.
Just so you know.
That was this man's idea.
Listen, when you
breaking
think
the law.
think about
He's also
Kaz's
15, so
history.
Exactly.
Great point.
I wasn't much older than
He's
him when I
tweens.
started drinking.
These tweens.
These tweens. I love it. All
To
right.
be clear, we have found out that a turtle's age of adulthood is 15.
Sure.
That's like
I just-
35 in anime years. He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Clarify this man's an adult.
15-year-olds have sex.
It's true. They do
Anyway,
that.
Can we?
what are we doing?
We're taking shots.
Yeah, shots.
Oh, I already took a drink of mine.
Well, I haven't yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys
Cheers.
throw it back. Sure. And as you guys are doing it, Rennie just sort of. And he throws it back.
Nice.
He's gonna make a con save
Well
with
done.
guidance. That's fucking. He gets -1 but +3, so +2, 15. He saves. He
Nice.
shoots it back, and he's like,
Yes, well done.
What'd you
Very
think?
good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, you like that one?
Burned a little.
Okay.
Just a little. How often do you drink?
You better have a snack or something. Is there any like bread or crackers around here?
Should we all be making
you
con saves,
can
by the way,
head
or
into
no?
the. No, you guys are all fine.
No.
I just did it for him because he's
He's
literally
like-
12.
he's 12.
So, you guys can look in the kitchen if you want.
I will.
Okay.
Are
You guys-
would any of these be obviously better tasting than the others?
You'd have to try them all, baby.
Well, how was mine? Did I like it?
Yours was like all right.
It was all right.
It was basically like a pretty like thick Scotch for
Okay.
all intents and purposes.
What was mine? What was mine?
Yours was the in the middle. It was rum.
Oh,
Mhm.
fun.
This is wine.
Oh, and Kaz, yours was like akin to moonshine.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, it was all right. How many total bottles would you say are here? Like different bottles?
Oh, different bottles?
Yeah.
20.
20.
There are
I-
multiples of some same ones though, but yeah.
Yeah, I would
All right,
imagine.
I'll move those 5 like off to the side,
Sure.
and then I'll start lining up the next 5.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Oh, he's gonna fucking die, huh?
Who?
Nothing. Never mind.
Maybe you better not give any more to Rennie.
Oh, just
Maybe he gets one.
well, maybe.
I have no idea
yeah.
how you people work, this sort of thing. So
Maybe take a round
whatever you
off
think
or
is
so.
best.
Yeah. Maybe you take his. Or I take his.
Okay.
Or I could take his,
Or you can take his.
hypothetically.
Franny, why don't we go sit by the fire, mate?
I'll take Kaz's too.
And I'm just gonna try to like entertain him by changing the color of the fire.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And he's like, you can see he's already like a little tipsy. He's like,
Yeah, absolutely.
whoa.
Kaz, you get yours?
Well, don't worry about it, mate. I'll be fine.
Okay. Well,
Dibs.
another one for you.
Thanks.
I'll take Randy's. You want one too?
You look in the kitchen
As many
to
as
find
you
some
like.
food. There's no one in the kitchen. You do find there's like a handful of like ingredients like around. There's loaves of bread, or vegetables and whatnot hanging from the ceiling and all that. And there's some dried meats and there's a cooking pit that is not lit or anything, but
Rennie, darling, just make sure you get some bread at some point this evening, alright?
and he's just watching the fire.
Okay. Kaz, you get him some bread later.
Right, yeah. Watch, I can make it stay purple for like a minute. And then
For roughly a minute. All right, I got
awesome.
6 new glasses prepared for the 3 of us.
Fuck yeah.
Amazing.
How late in the day is it? Is it like evening?
Oh yeah, this is like
Or is it like late?
10 at night.
Yeah. 10 at night.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, yeah.
All right, I give 2 to Indigo.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
This is like 8 at night.
8 at night. Okay.
Not that late.
2 for me.
Cheers.
Yes, to the grappled thigh.
Yeah,
To making it this far.
I'm grabbing at least 1 thigh. By the way.
Good luck. Ain't nobody here.
And here's to that.
I see 2 people
I
right
see
in front of me.
plenty of thighs.
Well, I see 4 thighs right in front of me, but I'm gonna grapple somebody.
Yep.
I said I'm grappling that thigh.
I'm also gonna get Rennie some water.
Sure. Yeah, you do so.
Yeah, I'll throw back.
Okay. Do you guys get drunk?
Hell yeah, we did.
Fuck yeah.
As drunk as I normally am.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, Kiss and Kill are loaded.
You know what I think we should do? We should go and find.
Grapple?
Yeah. No, wait.
Go on. I like where this is going.
Either before or after that, we should go and find Dove and save her from peril. Don't you think?
Yes, well, I have a feeling whatever we do.
Right now, I grapple Indigo by the thigh.
Sure. Make a
Middle of
make.
the
I think make a make
I
a grapple
basically
check.
spear him, but gently.
Yeah. Make a grapple check.
I'm doing nothing to resist this.
You succeed. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's 15.
Yeah. You just hoist him up on your shoulder, and you're just like holding him. Yeah.
Grapple.
Aren't you so strong? You got to show off all the time.
Now choke me a little.
Who said that? Who said that? He dies.
Oh god.
All right,
Yes.
you're very impressive. You're very strong. Is that what you wanted to hear?
No, I'm a little disappointed. There's nobody here.
I know. The sign sort of indicates it's sort of like a wrestling place, don't you think? Or is that just
Bit
a
of
logo?
a false advertising, it seems to me.
False advertising, indeed. There's literally no one here. Do you feel like we've been taken to like
Still
an
holding Indigo in the air. But
Yeah. For sure.
Is this
Understandable.
like an abandoned business place and they tricked us?
Maybe it was like I don't know, like taken over by the state because Thorn just kind of waltzed in and opened up rooms. It seems like.
Yes.
That's true.
I have a feeling where if people do party here, it's got to be very, very hush hush.
That would explain his willingness to bet us the ability to stay here for as long as we want. It's not going to cost him any money if he owns the joint. That would be annoying.
Yeah, but Ibrahim was kind of annoyed. I don't think he'd be annoyed if it was all a ruse.
Ibrahim's always annoyed.
I could grapple his ass so fast.
You could.
I'd love to see
You
that.
should have done it.
Yeah.
Why don't we
Yeah,
go
but then
find
they'd
him?
throw me in the fucking
Well, listen.
stone house or
Well,
whatever
I
the fuck.
know it. Well, why don't we go get him and scare him a little?
I suppose we could do that. I wonder if maybe we should go find Harry tonight.
Ooh, now that's an idea.
I think that whatever we do, we're going to need some help.
Hey guys, maybe not when you're fucking plastered.
No, that's the best time to do it.
Let's-
Yeah.
I think.
Another round's up.
Yeah.
Can I do it too?
No.
Yeah, Rennie, get in here.
Yeah. And he just fucking like runs up.
Rennie,
Yeah.
that's the last one, all right?
Oh. Go. Okay.
Alright. It's.
You pour the drinks.
Yeah, I pick out a special one just for Rennie.
Okay. You pour them up. And as soon as you finish pouring two, Rennie just runs up. And he takes two.
Oh, Rennie!
That was very agile.
And he slams the first one, he slams the second one. And as he like puts back the second one, he and just like spits out, and he's
My God, what on earth is he doing?
Did vomit or you just spit take?
the second one he like spits out, and he's like dry heaving a little bit now, and he's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, they're not all good, are they?
All right, Rennie. And I'm gonna go over and just like grab him.
Yeah.
Just like.
Ugh.
Had to learn that one the hard way, did we?
And he like reaches out for the water.
Yeah.
He grabs
I
it,
give him
just
some
sip
water
on it.
and some bread, and I'm actually gonna bring him up to a room
Sure.
and
Have
just
a
like
saltine.
just try to put him to bed.
Sure. Yeah, you do so. No
Yeah.
problem.
Well, I suppose we could go see Harry tomorrow.
No, today.
All right.
I
Who
think
the
it's
fuck
great.
y'all even talking about right now?
Harry
It's,
Garland, the fiance.
Yes.
Don't you pay attention?
Rennie's brother's fiance.
But where do we find him again?
I can't think about anything other than thighs.
You really got to get your mind off
Welcome
fat
to
men
my
and
world.
thighs.
Why don't you guys do another couple shots? He stole the last one, and I'm gonna get behind the counter and play bartender for
Yes,
a little
well,
bit.
Okay.
I think Rennie would probably be our best guy to find Harry, and he does seem a bit indisposed right now.
Cass,
But with the fluids and all that.
What's up?
I'm gonna grapple you.
Are you
Yeah.
saying this or doing it?
No, I'm telling you to get ready.
Well,
Prepare.
fucking all right, I guess.
All right.
And I just sort of like.
Try to grapple his
You
thighs.
this.
Yeah, make a grapple check.
You.
I love this.
It's a 16.
And that's I go against acrobatics, right? Or is
Yeah,
this-
you can do
okay.
acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Is this not a disadvantage because he's drunk?
Wait, hold on. I
haven't made any
I have
con
like
saves or anything,
different drunk. We decided on different drunk rules.
Just
I
like a
think, right?
charter.
Yeah.
I haven't really been using it. I guess I should, but
Oh yeah. Do you have that
not in front of me. I remember seeing it on the Discord.
on the Discord?
We had drunk rules for when I had my one shot. Is that what you're thinking of?
No, there was something on the Discord. We had like, and I was like, I'm gonna need this.
Was that in our messages or in like?
I don't remember.
Okay, hold on.
All I know is that when I'm drunk, my feats of athleticism get even better.
Yeah. That is actually
Not
true.
coordination, but athleticism,
No, but the
yes.
strength.
The strength.
Can verify.
Okay, so I think I found it.
I can verify it. You've bench pressed a person. Me.
My strength.
No, you linked it, Jenna.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
love
I'm
it.
saying.
Oh yeah, I think. Okay, what did I say? Why wouldn't you just always want to have 2 stacks of drunkenness at a time?
And then we had to
Condition
edit
for
it
bonus.
because you changed the first 2 levels because
-1 to wisdom on the first stack, -2 to dex on the second stack. I would say you guys are now in your second stack of drunkenness.
Definitely.
So you have -2 to dex something, right? Okay, let's see.
Alright, so that still doesn't do, well, I don't. I'm not drinking.
Oh, you're not drinking.
Yeah.
Hello?
They usually
What is
do
it?
right?
Yeah, I had a shot.
Rest of us have had several.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys are probably
So
drinking
you're
more
at
at this
you.
point.
You two are at actually. You 3 are at 2 stacks of drunkenness.
Hell yeah. What does that mean?
So you feel you feel invincible,
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
gaining advantage against saves against being frightened.
Ooh.
But
I already have that.
you have -2 to any dexterity check. You also have -1 to any wisdom check.
Okay. Makes sense.
Cool. So nothing is
Grappling
weird
dice.
about
Yeah,
this
so
situation.
so I still rolled a 6 then.
yeah, he scoops
No,
you
an
up.
8.
Yeah, he just scoops you up.
Oh, come on. You ain't even trying.
That's very good.
Yeah, we're all
Really
impressed,
good.
mate. Can you put me down now?
I am impressed, actually.
Yeah. Oh no, I wasn't lying. I
Oh,
wasn't
I
being
know.
sarcastic.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
all
I was
right.
being blasé.
yeah.
Set you down.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Now you guys doing more shots or what? And I'm gonna get
Hell
just
yeah.
like
Sure.
I'm like
More.
if I can't stop them from wanting to go do something, I can get them drunk enough that they're literally not
Hey,
able to.
hey. Get ready.
Me?
Yeah, just when you least expect it.
All right. You guys take another shot. You
By the
are
way, I'm
now-
done drinking once we've tried all 20 things.
Okay.
Not once I've tried all 20 things, once we've tried all 20
Right.
So, it's
So
like
you did 5.
Because my primary motivation is seeing what all these things taste like, but I
Yes.
trust their...
You did 5. Then you did 6. So that's 11. Then you did right now whatever Kaz poured. So I assume 3.
Yeah.
So you're at 14 right now, and you are at 3 stacks of drunkenness. You are less quick on the draw. You have disadvantage on initiative checks. You go through it again, so you're at 17 out of the 20, and now you are starting to get You're starting to get dizzy. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, saves against becoming confused or charmed, and disadvantage on skill checks that rely on vision or fine movement.
Okay.
Lastly, you do
After the 4th shot, I grapple kiss.
at disadvantage,
Good luck to you.
but you also
She
make
also
this a
has- yeah.
disadvantage, so it's straight.
Fuck.
Oops.
What am I making?
Acrobatics
Or athletics at disadvantage.
That's a whole natural 1, everybody.
Oh yeah. He
Can't
just
disadvantage
fucking,
that.
He just picks you up, and it's not even the hardest thing. It's not even close to being hard, and that's it.
I really thought I'd put up a better fight than that.
Why?
Yeah, it's like you did nothing.
I did nothing.
Why'd you think you'd put up a better fight than that?
I don't know.
You didn't even move when you went to grab. Like he jumped in and you just sat there.
That's embarrassing.
That's my move that I use sometimes.
Good for you, Indigo.
I actually find that hard to believe, but all right.
And
All right,
now you have-
while holding Cassander, I'll do the 5th shot.
Alrighty. And this would, if you all do it, this would mark out to the 20. You would have tried all the liquors.
I hand the one up to her.
Thank you.
You now can barely stand. Your movement speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on dex saves. And in addition to everything else.
Who wants to get in a fight?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Kaz, you want to fight?
I'm gonna go get some more bread.
Yeah, fight us, Cass. Cass, fight us.
Yeah, we're a team.
Yeah.
Fight.
Two
We're-
versus one.
We're a two-headed
I'll,
turtle.
3 versus 1. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
I'll get in this. I mean, either side. I don't care.
No, you're right. Indigo, you
side
can
doesn't matter.
You can
We're-
be on Kaz's side.
we're
That
a-
is fair.
A chimera.
Yeah, we're a quite
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab some bread. You guys fight amongst yourselves. How about that?
Who am I gonna fight?
There's 2 other people here.
Oh yeah.
I'll fight
You
a
want
little
to fight?
bit. Yes.
I wanted to fight Cass.
All right.
Indigo's down to fight. He just said it.
Indigo, you want to fight?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Put up jukes.
I just
Like a Charlie's Angels.
I forgot like 3 loaves of bread and just like the biggest thing of water I could find.
I'm gonna take a swing.
Make it with disadvantage.
Yeah. Let's see. That's pretty limited. That's gonna be a 7.
Yeah, you just fucking, you walk up slowly and you like just fucking, and Indigo like barely like he's just like teetering because he's so drunk and like he teeters back a little bit. It just, he's like,
Well done.
yeah.
Thank you. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Good fight. Good fight.
Yes.
Well fought.
Well
Well
fought.
fought. Well met.
Do you think, Indigo, that when you're drunk, do you think it like unlocks the part of your brain that like gets in touch with those lost memories you've got? You feel it in your
Hasn't so far, so I don't know that that's necessarily.
Damn. I was hoping
Yes.
that would be strategy. Kill, what do you think?
The drinking unlocks memories.
Yeah.
Kill, amongst your sort of repertoire of mushrooms.
Oh God.
Well, just curious if anything a little bit bit spicier.
You want to?
If you get my drift.
You want to see some shit? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I can help you see some shit.
Can I see some shit too?
You want to see some shit too?
Who's watching the child, by the way?
Kaz.
He's in bed asleep.
Yes. Wonderful.
He passed. I'm right. I'm right. Kill. Kill.
Where'd you
I'm
go,
right-
buddy?
I just like throw something at him.
Oh, you're back there.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hey, you wanna see some shit too?
I'm seeing a lot of shit right now, to be honest.
All right, I was gonna make you fight me for it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it'd be fair to fight you in this.
I'd still.
Because Kill will crush
I'd
you.
still kick your
like
ass.
a bug. Little tiny bug. He's so large.
Are you? Do me a favor. Walk in a straight line. 10 steps.
Okay.
Make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, it's pretty limited at disadvantage.
Oh, I have a good modifier though. 8.
You take a few steps very slowly. And on like the 4th step, you just sort of teeter. And then you take another step and you teeter. And then you keep going forward. You just like
I'm like the
moving left
7th
and
step.
right.
I just go.
Yeah. And you just sort of like trip a little bit. Make a dex save again at disadvantage.
Another one. A disadvantage again.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh, that one was good. 13?
13, yeah. You don't fall, but like you're pretty close.
No cheating. That was pretty good, I think.
Yeah. You know what? I'll say for the amount you've drank and your size, I'm a little impressed.
Thank you. Yes, dear.
I don't know if this is like an actual thing he's whispering or like in character. I cannot tell. It's really good either way.
I love it.
Look,
I'm looking.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
How do you feel about that thing that happened in the hostel the other day?
Are you asking
I just
about?
like sit up really close to you two.
Go on. Are you asking about your performance?
Yeah. What's your thoughts, your opinions, your sort of review?
Do you really want me to get into this right now?
Yeah.
I certainly want to get into it.
It was pretty good, and I would not mind if it happened again. I would like it if it happened again, I should say.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. A big compliment where you're from.
Well, that's what I changed it.
Depends on the context, I suppose.
Okay.
It was a good time, and I would like for it to happen again at some point.
Thank you. Okay. That's really good to know.
Pretty good.
You don't feel like it's sort of inherently changed our friendship forever?
Why would that happen?
I don't know. Well, hasn't it ever done that for you?
Not in my experience, no.
Oh, well, that's lucky then.
Have you felt different between us?
See, I sort of felt like we should never, ever do it again. Not because it wasn't fun,
All right.
because, you're like my... I don't know what to say it.
Can I
It
try
would
to?
be really gross to say it because it's already fucking happened, right? Yeah.
I know that.
Can I try to grapple Kaz right now?
You can make a grapple check at disadvantage.
All right.
Am I allowed to clarify for the audience why this is happening?
No, I love it.
You can do anything you want to do.
All right.
That's 13.
I also have a 13.
Oh, there's a rule for this.
Meet or exceed, but
Yeah,
so
No, it's not. It's different. It fails.
The
It's
state doesn't change on a tie.
Yes.
This is what
Yeah.
happens.
Nothing changes on a time.
So, well, that's the same as like a fail
Meet or
in this
exceed.
in this situation because you weren't grappling me before.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
can't call it a fail because it's just easier to say that nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Because it's the opposite of meet or exceed, specifically for grappling. For whatever
Right.
reason. Yeah.
Got
That is
it.
interesting.
For contested skill checks is how it works.
Yeah, which is
Oh.
not consistent, but whatever.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Let me
yeah.
just say, it's perfectly fine if it never happens again.
Mm.
That's fine.
You're gonna cry.
Would you like me to cry?
Yeah. It would make me feel better.
All right. Let me try and do this. for you.
Conversation was not nearly as juicy as I was hoping it would be, but all right.
Holy fuck,
And
that
so
was good.
I am going to do my best to, and I'll even act this out if you want, but I assume I would have to roll performance for it.
You can roll performance.
Okay.
That's
Can I
fine.
wait 6 seconds and try to grab it?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, well, that's a 9.
It's a 13
So for performance?
for performance.
All
Yeah.
right, now also make an acrobatics check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta do that too, don't I?
This is the stupidest.
12.
We deserve a little.
You
After the day we've had.
You sort of sit down.
When'd you get
and
so
try
fast?
you try to like will yourself to cry, and then Kill just sort of like comes out of nowhere like ah, and you just sort of step to the side, and he just keeps going forward, and then just. You do lose your
Oh, absolutely,
concentration.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my concentration.
That was a pretty good fake cry. I'll take it.
Well, all right. Yeah, that's just for you. You enjoy that.
I will. It makes me feel better about myself.
I don't think there's a single. No. All right, that's fine.
You did pretty good. But you're going to need to work on your acting if you're going to be like a rogue forever. You're going to have to perform, faces and things. Crying, tears, lies.
What do you think a rogue does?
I know, that's what I'm saying. You got to do it.
What? Why?
Lying.
Well, I don't need to lie. I'm very scary and intimidating.
That is a strategy.
Yes, I imagine there are sort of different types of rogues. There's sort of, gentleman con artist, sort of very dashing, like myself, or, then you just have a sword, and that's cool too.
Yes, that's true.
I do more than have a sword. I'm pretty fucking good with it, let me
Yes,
say.
you're quite good with the sword.
Gil,
Yeah.
why do you keep trying to fight Kaz?
I don't know.
Is this like a,
a good
masculinity thing? Is the only 2 men here?
He just seems real fightable.
Real fight?
Like I just see him and I just want to hit him.
Is it because you're jealous about what happened in the hostel?
I mean, maybe.
Really?
I don't know.
Are you gonna cry too?
I never cried my whole life.
I don't even know if I have tear ducts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never felt so powerful and important in my whole entire life.
Hey, sit down.
The gender politics
Yeah, come here.
is fascinating. I'll be
You
honest.
sit. Indigo,
Yes.
get over here.
Ooh,
Yes.
You sit down next to
sat.
Cassandra.
I'm.
Okay.
What?
Eat these.
What's these?
Oh god. All right.
I just each gave them an eye volley.
Oh.
What's that
Okay.
do?
Why don't you read to them what they have to do?
I don't like the way my skin
you have
feels
to
on
make a
my body.
I gotta get it off.
So an eye folly for the audience is one of the mushrooms that Kill has found on his travels.
You have to make a Constitution saving throw, although I see no reason why you couldn't just fail on purpose. On a success, the herb has no effect, so basically if you're fighting the high, you can shrug it off, but...
Not necessarily.
Oh.
If you just are a hardy individual in general,
Yeah,
or
okay,
a
that's
bigger
everything.
creature,
To impact you.
it's not really going to affect you. Like if you fed this to a giant, probably
makes
not
sense.
going to do
Okay.
anything unless they ate like a fuckload of them.
Well, anyway, you each make a Constitution saving throw then.
This will be at disadvantage because of your drunkenness.
So I do get advantage on checks, saving throws against alcohol and partying.
Oh wow.
Partying?
I mean, probably.
I'll allow it.
Party.
I'll allow it. Yeah, that's fine. Make
Is
it.
that on your
So
fucking
it's
character
even for
sheet?
me.
It will be even for you because, well, actually, no. This is so because this. I'm not counting this as that because you want it to fail,
Okay.
and this is not in a sense of being able to resist the
Negative effects.
negative
Okay.
effects, right? It's that bonus would be to like resist
It was
the
like a
negative effects
hangover
of your
check or something.
drunkenness or your
Continue the
hangover
party.
checks or like to keep vomiting or whatever. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
this is just at disadvantage for your con. Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Did you take one, Kaz?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Got it.
There's got to be someone who's not fucking.
That makes sense.
Gone.
I
Gotta
got
be
a
a DD.
17.
Oh, well, you both saved, losers.
Damn.
It's a low DC.
It is a low DC.
Yeah.
You could have them eat more.
I only have one more.
Well,
I'm gonna save it.
you could do that.
It's a
Nah.
good
Save it.
snack.
Gotta save it for my museum.
So why don't you tell the audience what happens to you, buddy?
Yeah. To me?
Did you eat one?
No.
Oh, I see.
Gonna have one.
Yeah, you guys chew it
I
up
only have
and you eat
3.
it. It tastes a little weird.
That's why you should have one. You just gave us some.
Yeah, you don't feel much different.
Come
Is this,
on.
how long does this take to kick in?
Normally? Pretty fast.
Here, split
Yeah.
the last one with me.
Y'all are too hardy.
That's
I
all.
have been called that before.
Oh well. Hopefully, eventually, I find some stronger stuff for y'all.
We're very powerful.
You're very
I was
powerful.
willing.
Yeah.
Thanks for offering.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Can I try to grapple Kaz one more time?
Make
be the
an
last
athletics
one.
check with disadvantage.
This will be the last one. I'm rolling so bad. That's okay. It's 11.
That makes sense considering things.
14.
Yeah. Again, Kaz, you just sort of like, you fully saw it coming, and you're like, all right. And then he charges you. You do like, you let him grab you for a second, and then you just sort of like take a step to the side and like let him keep going and use his momentum, and you're unsuccessful.
Can I actually, as he sort of lets go, can I just hit him?
Make an attack roll.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
Which I probably won't hit, but whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, not with a 6.
You you hit him, but like you don't even feel it. Like he hits you on like the back of like on your shell. It probably like stings your hand a little bit more
Yeah,
than you
probably.
don't even feel it. You don't register that he even hit you.
That hurt.
It's because I rolled the wrong
What hurt?
die.
Never mind.
When you fell from
Kaz
heaven.
hit you. Oh, I should have said that.
You fool. You
Oh
absolute fool.
no! You got to teach me your ways.
What's heaven?
Oh, it's like. No, that's a great point. It just means like you're really hot. That's what he's trying to say.
The concept of heaven might
He's
not
trying
exist
to-
in this universe.
Kaz, you think I'm hot?
I think you're cold-blooded, mate.
That's not what your little line implied. I think you think Kill's hot.
That's perfectly fine for you to think that.
Well, come on, look at him.
Yeah.
I am looking at him.
Look right
actually.
here.
Right, I'm
Bring it in.
I'm looking.
Right here.
Yeah.
Hey, you better
Well,
look at me right now.
What do you think I'm
you
doing?
better look at me when
Can
you're
you not
looking
see
at
me?
What?
Can you not see me? What I'm doing right now?
Pull my dark vision goggles down. Nope, that didn't help.
Sal's just shredding his session.
No, I love it. I love it. You have no idea how much I love this.
I gotta find Gores.
Gores? Black
Yeah.
Tongue.
Yeah,
What do you got to find him for?
Gross. Why?
he's gonna help me find more mushrooms.
You know, I thought of him the other day.
He took all the good ones.
He took all your good ones.
Who's
Yeah,
Gores again?
Black Tongue.
Black
He wasn't
Tongue.
there, remember?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, that's his first name.
Yeah, he took all the good ones.
I don't know why.
I just had a thought of him
Yeah,
a short time ago because I had a weird thing that I saw when I woke up.
what'd you see?
A snake coming out of a flower.
Oh, yes, I was there for that.
I've seen that
Yes.
before.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Anyway, what were you saying?
What do you mean? What do you mean you've seen it? A snake coming out of a flower. Like a little
I
black
don't know how
snake.
good it looks on camera, but that was.
Yeah, I've seen snakes before.
No, I know you've probably seen us. But like, the flower sort of burst and became like a little snake.
Oh,
It was different.
well, no, I never seen that before.
Yeah. Made me think of him because the snake had a little black tongue on it. Don't know what it means though.
Maybe he was trying to say something. Maybe he was trying to get a hold of me.
Of you?
Yeah, he said he would like be in touch or something.
Well, it was my omen.
Maybe he's borrowing your omen to say like, "Hey, Kill, thinking of you. Hope you're having fun."
Sort of a
And
little you up or something like that.
yeah, yeah,
Little postcard from Black Tongue. Weird.
yeah.
Why are you such good friends with Black Tongue?
Well, I'm not really friends with him, but he's an interesting fella.
You seem to like him a lot.
He's got lots of cool stuff.
Well, how would you contact him if he's trying to reach you via my omens?
Well, I can't. I don't think I can. Oh, but okay. So remember when I went to see Black Tongue and y'all went to see
Yes.
that lady?
Duh.
Yeah. So Black Tongue, like right before, like when I put the head in the pot, and then he like his like whole place like kind of folded up.
You fucking
and
what,
like
mate?
And what?
Hate hearing that you did that.
You did what with the head?
Yeah, I put it in the pot.
You put it in his pot of soup.
Well, I was bringing the head to him. That was the plan.
To eat?
I didn't eat it.
God.
Put it in the soup pot?
That's fucking disgusting.
I don't know.
Oh, go on with your story.
He didn't eat it either. If it makes you feel any better.
I guess it sort of does.
I mean, y'all would have eaten it for sure.
What?
That's probably what you guys were into.
No.
Yeah, head soup.
No.
You're like, give me some of that head soup right in my mouth right now.
No, I don't want your head soup.
Give me that head. You know what I'm saying? Get it. I smell something, and now all I want is some head.
10 years. This is the most foul conversation I've heard the entire time.
What are we talking about?
I've lost track of what.
Focus up now.
Trying to focus.
Rennie, am I making sense?
Rennie's asleep upstairs.
Oh my god.
Stop talking about.
Let's not scare the child with the head suit.
I'm gonna go make sure he's still asleep.
I stole a potion, is what I'm trying to say. I got this potion here.
What's that, man?
This will let me see anybody, anywhere.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Like a spy?
Yeah.
Well, where's?
Like a goddamn spy.
Who do you want to see?
But like a magical spy. Now I can figure out like anywhere that they are.
Oh, but only once.
Only once.
What are you going to save it for?
Well, I don't know.
Your friend Lenny?
Nah, fuck Lenny. I see him around.
I know you do.
What the fuck? Yeah, I'm getting a phone
just
call.
kidding.
Wow, that's crazy.
Unprofessional. Oh my
Right now.
god.
Crazy.
Anyway, head soup.
Head soup. We'll get the music back in a second. I don't want to hang up on. It's my uncle. I don't know.
Hi, Uncle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe I could use it to find him if I wanted to.
That's true.
I didn't exactly ask for it.
He just gave it
It was
to you.
his potion?
It was his potion, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like a whirlwind of shit. And I just grabbed it out of the air.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was the only thing I could get, but
That's a good thing to grab.
Nice.
yeah, we'll see.
You're really smart.
It's called the Potion of the Long Eye.
The long eye. Very
Spooky.
I did go upstairs to make sure Rennie was still asleep. He's just conked out still?
You walk up the stairs, and you open up the first door on the left, the room that you left him in.
Sure.
And yeah, you peek your head in, and you see the bed sheets are just like a little ruffled and turned to the side, and he's not in the bed. And you look to your left, and you see the window is left open, and there's like a little bit of a cool breeze draft into the room, and you can see the. Oh my god.
You maybe better pick up.
I probably should. We're entertain the.
back.
We're gonna be right back, real quick. We're gonna be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
Take a pause.
Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that.
All is well.
Random call. Yes, my bad. Okay. You're checking on Rennie. He's not there. Windows open. Small breeze. A little bit of those, the drapes for the, whatever.
I'm gonna rush back down the stairs. Guys,
Yeah,
go the fuck to bed.
go to bed.
Go to bed so I don't have to fucking worry about you. Rennie's left.
Rennie's left.
Yes, and you're not gonna be any help.
Yes, I am.
You are not. Go to bed so I don't have to worry about you.
You don't have to worry. We can help.
You absolutely cannot. Walk in a straight line again. And while she's doing that, I'm just gonna leave.
I'll follow Kaz. Just be like,
I go back upstairs and I'm jumping out that window.
You're at half speed.
Because I need to follow his path.
Aren't you drunk?
We're drunk.
I mean, I'm as drunk as
fuck.
I see. We haven't quite established the rules of Indigo being drunk because he's kind of always drunk.
Oh, that's true.
Yes. So you are not as drunk as them, but you're
Okay.
you're drunk in the sense that like you still have these disadvantages and stuff like
Sure.
that. But if you were to have another drink, you might have like a few more in you. If they were to have another drink, they would probably just
Sure.
be done. So.
Okay. Kaz, do you want some help? I can come with you.
Do you really think you can help?
Yes, certainly. I have many talents and resources I can help with this.
If anyone's a high-functioning alcoholic, it's you. All right, come on.
As you begin to make your way to the stairs, you all hear the front doors of the tavern open, and you turn to look, and you can see, just with his hand sort of folded in front or folded behind his back, the familiar face of Ibrahim step into the tavern, and he says, "Good evening, everyone. I came around to check up on you to see if you are enjoying the amenities."
Yep,
Very much.
certainly are.
Wonderful.
Where's everyone else?
I believe this was a closed night for the grappled thigh.
Oh?
Oh.
Well,
But
don't we feel special?
our Lord insisted that you stay here. I believe it was supposed to be cleaned or something.
Have you come to party with us?
No. I came to ask you a few questions.
Not now. Why?
Don't do this right now.
Because.
Oh, I beg of you not to.
Why don't you all sit down?
Me and Kaz are upstairs while this is going on.
You were just making your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, so
to
we are in
head
the
up.
room.
You can continue on if you want, but
Is it illegal if I don't sit down? You're gonna say I owe you a debt now and I can never leave?
you do not. I do not require you to sit, but let us chat.
Let me just go upstairs and check on Rocky. I'll be right back.
You just chatter away, old pal. I'm listening.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. 10.
He says to you, "I'm sure the boy is all right. Let's just chat. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
All of us are just cast.
Just guess.
8.
Sounds like a great idea. Like, better idea than doing anything else.
Yeah.
Sitting here chatting.
All right, fair enough. And I'll go sit down.
Let me double check something. Yep.
You granting that character trait you've given me yet?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Cool.
I think you could have gone way bigger.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
you
mean,
said.
What's about that?
Oh, no, I don't care.
So,
If I die right here.
Indigo, are you also sitting?
Yeah, I'll sit.
Okay. Ibrahim says, "So, I trust that our little visit here will not upset the peace that we keep in our little town. Yes?
Why would it
Huh?
upset the peace?
Because You seem to be people who like to walk on the edge of what is legal.
I think I speak for everyone when I say we have no intention of causing any trouble.
Make a deception check.
I guess that's true. That's fair.
That's fair.
The last thing we want is to make things worse here.
Dirty 20.
I'm just trying to live my life, y'all.
He's just trying
You
to
are
live
more
his
than
life.
welcome to live your life within the confines of the rules of the realm.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Do you ever find it exciting though when like people start breaking rules? Do you like putting people in trouble?
I find it annoying.
You sure? You don't secretly like it when someone gets sent into the stone home?
Please excuse her. She's extremely drunk.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
You could.
Yes,
Whoa. You're really smart.
I'm very astute. Tell me, do you think I was excited at the prospect of someone whispering to one of our citizens as we were enacting the Lord's justice? Or do you think I would have been a bit more perturbed at the whole prospect of it?
I think you would have been fully excited about the possibility of throwing me into a prison.
I am simply set in the ways that we have cultivated here in Aberlock.
Do you have all the laws written somewhere that I can read them? Like in one spot? Because sounds like you're saying whispering's illegal. That seems crazy to me.
You'd be surprised at how lackadaisical I have been with your visit.
I thought that was half the...
Search Savage.
Oh, what an introduction to this shit.
Well, he's seen you search before.
He's seen
like that.
he's seen you surge, and he knows that
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Kill.
Extra. Holy fucking animal.
I don't
You
know how savage
animal.
it is. I hope it's very savage for the record.
I would.
We'll
That'd
see.
be hilarious if it was power word.
Sal, don't underwhelm me with this savage.
Oh, well, he's got to roll.
Here
He's
we
got to
go.
roll.
Here we go.
Oh my god, Extra, you're insane. You're a madman.
90.
Oh.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me, hold on. I have to. So this is, sorry, I haven't looked at this in a while. You're not gonna roll just a normal.
Oh, okay.
So I need you to roll a. Hold on. Sorry, I have to like read this properly. So the Savage Surge table is out of a D300, not a D100.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, so
Should I just... I think...
no, you keep the 90, but hold on.
Do three things happen?
Probably just roll.
I think I have an app that I can roll.
So you prefer to use
D300.
You probably just roll like a fucking that and then a hundreds place. You know what I mean? Like a
Oh,
D4,
so this is like
drop
the-
a 1 or something. Yeah.
So they... Okay.
Why wouldn't you just roll a d100 3 times? You get what you get. Add them all up.
I mean, you could do that too, but that
I guess. I
requires
don't...
math.
Mathematically, it seems... I'm not sure how that works. Because, like, 2d6 is different from 1d12, you know?
Correct. That too.
I can just...
Yeah,
probably just...
Roll D300 on your phone real quick.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second.
And we'll just see what you get. Sorry, I'm trying to like read how they're saying like to roll these dice, and I'm like, this is not written well.
Okay. But it's effective. Okay, it's a D300.
D300.
All right, give me one moment.
You could just random number generator 1 through 300 if you want.
I'm pretty sure I have an app that can do it, so I have to just
Got
turn
it.
the phone back on.
Bruh, just roll a D4 and drop a 1.
I guess that can work too.
No.
Because you were.
Is that
Okay.
is that how it works?
Roll a what?
Yeah, so
that's
roll a
true. Okay,
D4
I'll do that.
on a 4 is 0, so that just equals 90, and then 1 adds 100, 2 adds 200.
Well, but you couldn't get a
Well,
free
3
90.
wouldn't work.
So you just.
I'll just... I can just on my phone.
Yeah, that's
Here we
right.
go. Okay.
Well, just re-roll on a 4. 3 is 0, and then
Okay,
1 and
yeah.
2
We'll
are
roll a D4, see
whatever.
what happens.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 2.
So 290. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Jesus. Oh God.
Word, kill.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a random target. So
No,
it's not
no.
you.
That's my name.
So okay.
Great nickname for me.
Okay, hold on. To make this truly random and not just like me saying I'm 1, 2, whatever. Michaela, just mix those up. Mix 1 through 4 up. And then don't look at them. And just hand the first one to me.
The one,
and I won't look at it.
The one really comforting thing about this is like none of this will be my fault.
Okay, I'm not looking. I'm not looking at this. Hand the second one to Jamie.
hands.
Jamie, do not look at it.
Don't look at. Okay.
But we'll take it, but like don't look at it.
Michaela, flip it
Yeah,
over.
Them upside down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it? I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
what
fine.
I'm looking at anyway. So.
And Michaela, you can see them, but like yeah.
Don't look at
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
You can see them. And then
Don't look at
so
it.
Jamie, give yours to Matt, face down.
I don't know what faces it's facing right now. So.
Okay. So yep. Great. Great. Now.
Oh yeah.
Jamie, roll a d4.
I'm so scared. What the
This is about to be either hilarious or really bad.
Oh boy. 1.
Let's find out, everybody.
3.
Oh, Kaz.
Uh-oh.
I swear
It's about to be
God.
It's about to be hilarious.
Okay.
It's about to be hilarious.
Okay.
What is it?
That surge of arcanum just wrestles inside you, and you can feel that it's greater than it's ever been ever. And you all see like an amalgamation of purple energy around him, different, not blue, purple, like seething off of him. And
oh shit.
That's a nice color.
This looks bad.
interesting to see. And it erupts, and it just expels onto Kaz. Kaz,
I turned blue again.
no, you come. No.
That's a savage table.
You are afflicted.
Uh-oh.
So this is what you all see.
Afflicted with something good.
This is so bad. So firstly, Jamie roll 46.
Oh,
46.
Yep.
All right.
Afflicted with what?
which can't be enough to kill me, but dear God,
Okay.
Yep, just 46.
no. Max is 24. And
That's
I
how
got
many
30
hours
HP.
you're gonna be
Probably.
giggling for.
Afflicted.
13.
You suffer 13 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, good.
The only one that was watching the kid, too.
That's a 15.
What's your save?
My spell save?
Yep.
14.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
You get polymorphed.
No. A wave of psychic energy hits you, and it hurts, but you resist. You almost feel yourself like it's as if it's for a moment your mind like falters, almost as if like you lose yourself for a second, but you shake it off, and the effect. Cast Feeble Mind on a random target within 10 feet.
What does Feeble Mind do?
If
Of
you would've-
all people?
I know.
Oh my God.
If you would have failed on a failed save,
Fucking vegetable.
the creature's intelligence and charisma scores become 1.
Oh.
The creature can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify its friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, the creature can repeat its saving throw against the spell.
30
Well, that sets a precedent. All right.
Fuck, if only that
This is what's in the sack.
This is what's in the savage table.
You hit Ibrahim with Feeble Mind, that would have been so.
That would have been
fucking
the
awesome.
best.
That's what I'm saying. But also, he has a. I mean, you don't know his saves, but
Yeah.
he would probably have understood what the fuck was going to happen to him saving against it. But
I just sort of like.
Holy crap.
Is it? I mean, is there? Do any of us know what spell? I
no, you have no idea what just happened.
Oh, what, are you? Kaz, are you all right? I'm so sorry.
I'm fine, I guess. Just a little blood in the ear.
I'm
Oh, God.
terribly sorry about that.
I don't know if I'm glad I really did.
Fuck.
Interesting.
That we didn't Feeble Mind Kaz for 30 days.
He flicks his wrist and pulls a book out of thin air and begins to scrawl in it. He's like, very interesting. And he claps the book shut, and then holds it behind his back again.
Oh, I've got the worst fucking headache of my
Oh
life.
God! Here, do you want to feel better? Hang on, let me help you.
Listen, Ibrahim, I really don't mean to be a bother here. This may not be the best time. I can give you my assurance. We will not cause any trouble.
I hope you do understand this.
Take 8 points back.
Nice.
I will give you my final warning. Lord Thorn seems to be entertained by you. Perhaps he has an idea of how we can use your strengths to benefit Avalok. However, my patience and my tolerance for interfering with the justice of the sovereign has run thin.
Did we do something I don't remember?
Yeah, what did we
We didn't do shit. We just watched some lady get ripped out of a carriage and then walked back to here.
You're just mad that we witnessed it.
You might have done that, but your companion here was conspiring to do something about it. So you spoke to our poor helpless little maiden. Why don't you tell your friends of the danger that you are thinking about putting them in? And I'm forgiving you.
I asked her if she needed help.
For what reason do you have to doubt the justice of the sovereign?
She seemed terrified.
Of course, she was caught red-handed. Who wouldn't be?
Doing what? Leaving town. You run a debtor's prison.
They are in debt.
From what?
Would you want your debts to go running off, never to pay you back again? If someone took something from you, wouldn't you want it back? Or if someone promised you something and then they just ran away, wouldn't that make you upset? Well, if you come into a contract, then you are legally obligated to fulfill it. Wouldn't that make sense? So if you were to try to run away, wouldn't that be a illegal thing to do? And then wouldn't you just be punished? And if you were to aid in someone trying to escape a situation in which they broke the law, would you not be breaking the law yourself? Oh, couldn't be. From a far land, from a little island, from far away, from the big city of Sinner Road. Of course things don't work the same way under the same fucking crown. Of course not.
Do you?
Have you ever used your head once in your life? Or do you just dance around fanciful?
Have you ever used your heart? Don't you have any feelings?
Need anything but my mind, little one. Understand this. I've forgiven you. Because Lord Thorn likes you for whatever his fanciful reasons are.
You think following the law makes you a good guy? You feel good about yourself when you go to sleep at night? Terrifying poor maidens who don't have enough money to pay back.
The law is all I am concerned with. Follow it, or you will suffer the consequences.
Seems like your man isn't quite as concerned about the law as you are.
That's why he has me.
Which one of you is the sovereign again? Can't always tell everybody apart, you know.
You are a clever being. Despite your origins.
I'm fucking gorgeous. I don't know what you're looking at.
What did you just say?
Did you miss it?
I don't know if Indigo would pick up on what he's dropping necessarily, so I'm gonna do
Go for it.
We got a 9.
Yeah, infer whatever you like.
Okay.
Ibrahim, if all is forgiven, perhaps it's best for us not to make enemies of each other. Wouldn't you agree?
You've already gone about placing yourself under my ire. So, here's the thing. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your night. You will be invited to Lord Thorn's manor, probably at the height of the sun tomorrow, and you will join us for dinner in the evening. You will enjoy yourselves. I will laugh at Thorn's jokes. He will laugh at your whatever the fuck you do. And then, on the morrow of the next day, you will find yourselves along onto your next little adventure. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah, this place fucking sucks.
I can think of more fun ideas.
I'm sure you could. So, good night. I hope I've made myself clear.
Have a good night.
He stands. He turns around. And he walks out the door. And the door shuts behind him.
Fuck, that guy talks a lot.
God. Splinter of a man.
I thought he was. I'll be honest. I thought maybe he was a little bit cool when he was into like the whole magic stuff. But yes, fuck him.
Well, seems like a bigot. Anyway, we've lost a child.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that. And after that spontaneous arcanum, I think maybe I'll go alone, Indigo. I appreciate the help, though.
That's quite all right.
And I'm going to rush away.
Sure. Yeah, you dash as much as you can. The three of you, what abouts are you doing?
Why the fuck are we here again?
I don't remember anymore.
I know Rennie wants
We're
us
here
to
because of Rennie's brother.
save his brother, but this place fucking sucks.
No, we've got to save his brother.
Why?
Because he shouldn't be in jail. Did you see Ibrahim?
Yeah,
Fucking douchebag.
I know, he's a real piece of shit.
Real piece of shit. So,
Yes.
now I'm more determined than ever. We've got to fuck up Ibrahim as well.
I think we need to. Yes, I mean, whatever it is we do, I don't know that we can do it alone. I think we'll need to find someone who can help.
Harry Garland.
That's certainly a place to start.
Yeah. We'll get him.
I don't know, y'all. I'm not ending up in Stoneholm.
No,
Of course, none of us are.
You're right.
I will kill my way out of here before I end up in Stoneholm.
I know.
Is that a euphemism, using your own name, or was that kill with a K? This is Garrett asking.
No, but it's gonna be now. It's my catchphrase.
Make an inference.
Nice.
I'm about to kill my way out of here.
It's kill time. It's killing time. Don't mind me, I'm just killing time.
Yeah.
That should have been the name of our party.
I think
Damn.
if we really don't have until, if we have to be at this gentleman's place, it's, was it when the sun is highest? That sounds midday.
We don't have to be anywhere.
No, we don't. But I think that
Just to clarify, he said he would probably send the invitation
at midday.
to you at midday, and then you would join them probably in the evening.
Well, if we are going to do something tomorrow, I think we should. I can't believe I'm saying this. Perhaps we should go to bed instead of keep drinking right now.
I'm going to dream up ways to shove bamboo splinters under his fingernails.
That's a good start, I suppose.
Thank you. Phil,
Yeah.
how you doing?
This is the worst place I've ever been in my life.
We'll be out of here soon.
It's definitely
These people
not-
are fucking nuts.
They're mean.
They just make up shit.
I'm telling you, this is what it's like in Cineroad. With slightly less surveillance.
How come that asshole can cast a spell anytime he wants?
I
And any
know.
of us do anything,
And then we're in
he's
trouble.
like, hey, fuck you.
I know.
It's exactly how he said it, too.
Killing Vent's rule of law.
After this, let's go to your hometown.
And by the way, Thorn ain't so strict about the law.
Oh, I know.
He's the one that's like, hey, Kaz, I support you killing that piece of shit, even though it's against the law. So what's going on there?
What, is Ibrahim just like the puppeteer?
I don't know. I mean, Thorn doesn't seem like the puppet type, but
Oh,
this fucking guy, I
bronze
don't
and
know.
brain. Put them together.
I don't know. Something's going on with Thorn too. He seems like a decent dude, but like that guy, his eyes really lit up when he started talking about whatever it was.
And he didn't feel
Well, here's
bad
the
at
good
all about
news.
scaring Dove.
I can't I imagine there are other people in town who feel the same way as we do. So if we can find those people, maybe we can work together somehow.
Start a whole insurrection.
Yes, in we could call it a, you know, it doesn't have to be like, that's an awfully dark way of putting it. Maybe a sort of a fun surrection, you know, something like that.
That's an idea.
Am I gonna have to keep my mouth shut?
No,
I don't like keeping my mouth shut.
you shouldn't. Don't. Someone's got to say something to you. Can't just walk around being a prick forever.
At least Thorn likes me.
I know.
I would suggest that maybe find the right time to say what you have to say.
Well, that's easier said than done.
I understand. You know, it's you know, this whole sort of, you know, diplomacy, you have to sort of maintain a certain facade sometimes. It's not fun all the time, I get that. But sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do so that you can do what you want to do later. Does that make sense? I know it doesn't.
Nope. Not at all.
Yes.
Delayed gratification.
I know it's the worst, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think this whole crown setup is fucking unnatural.
After this, let's go to your islands. Seems better there.
Does sound a lot more fun.
It's a lot of the same, but yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than this place. This whole giant ass continent is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people live here?
Not on purpose. They're born here.
They can't leave, apparently.
Why do you think I visited islands?
This is depressing.
Let's.
I need another drink.
Me too.
Yeah, that's very well. One more for the road.
Whatever they've
For the bed,
got.
whatever.
Everybody go ahead and make con saves, except for Inigo. Actually, you know, make yours, but yours is with advantage because you're a partier.
Is that like a feat that he has?
It's a satyr.
It's a satyr trait.
Oh.
Yeah.
11.
22.
Kill. Take another shot. And like maybe like 10 minutes later, you're just like, all right, time for bed. And you just fucking like find wherever you are standing off to the side, and you just get into your shell.
Yeah.
And you just, all right. And you,
all right.
I hope I wake up somewhere else.
you pass out. Kiss, you're able to resist being so drunk that you just lay down and pass out. However, you can go about doing whatever you'd like, and Inigo, you're fine.
I'll help at least Kiss get to bed.
Thank you.
Okay. Sirikaz Thelani, you jump out the window and land a story below. Make an acrobatics or a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Those are the same thing for me anyway. That's an 18.
Yeah, no problem. You land. You don't suffer much damage really at all. You do wince a little bit as you hit the ground, but you prepared for this. You look left and right and make a perception check to see if you can find any trace of Rennie.
12.
12. You look around and there's really nothing to go off of, but fuck it, you just run straight. Yeah. There's an alleyway through. You dart through it. There's a handful of like different like small little pieces of trash on the ground between certain things. You're in between two buildings now, and you can see just at the end of it there's a little brick sort of wall separating the road from itself, and you leap up into one side and off to the other and over onto the top of it and continue running down the street. Are you trying to sort of, at this point now, you are away from the grappled thigh and you're like in the midst of the night of the street. Do you try to sort of stay stealthy-ish? You would have to slow down your pursuit in order to make sure that you're staying covered, or are you just darting through looking around?
I would think, okay, like he's extremely drunk, so I don't think he's being quick. I think what the best thing I can do is,
I will say, just so you have a good understanding, he's not extremely drunk, but I mean like
he's drunk.
He's drunk. I don't want you to think that like he's like,
oh no,
I can't see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No.
But like he's definitely inebriated.
Yeah,
and he's 12.
So I don't think he's gonna have quite the speed that I have. So I think it's more important for me to stay quiet and unseen.
Okay.
If possible, I'd like to like. Is there anything I could like climb, like a la Assassin's Creed, just to try to like get a
Make a perception check.
Sure. That's a nat 20.
Amazing. Oh. You take a look at where you are, and you can see not too far in the distance there is a small King's Hand chapel. Looks the exact same as the King's Hand that you saw back in Aedra.
and the doors are cracked open a little bit, but on the side there's like a little there's like a set of what's the word I'm looking for? Like vines that sort of blanket one of the sides of the
Like a trellis?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're like, oh shit, I can get on the roof with that. And you run up and you climb this trellis, and you hoist yourself up onto the roof of this place, and you can see that there is a little bell tower that also sort of juts out to one side of the roof of the King's Hand, and you start to scale that as there are some little protruding bits of brick and whatnot. Just go ahead and give me a acrobatics
Sure.
or athletics.
11.
11. It takes you like a little second longer, but like you don't fail at doing this.
Yeah.
You climb up into the top, and you just sort of like just fucking sit on top of it and hold like the little pointed end of the bell tower, and you look out across the town of Aberlock. Make a perception check with advantage now that you have a bird's eye view.
Come on. 14 plus 2. 16. That's
16. You look around, and you can see to the northeast, maybe a block away, there seems to be a shorter person just sort of teetering through the street, just sort of walking at a little bit of more of a brisk pace towards, you can see in the distance, this person seems to be following the road up to that winding little bit that will curve up to the plateau where that large house is on that little overlook, where you can see now you're almost at like eye to eye at POV with this like house on the plateau from where you're seated on this bell tower. And it seems this small little figure is teetering its way towards that path.
All right. I'm gonna climb down somewhat quickly, and just like dash that way.
Yeah. You begin to dash through the streets, and you sort of quickly barrel out onto the main road where he's walking down, and you just start sprinting up towards him. You do catch up, and you can see probably from only 50 feet away, the streets are lit with dull torchlight.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And you can see that it is Rennie just sort of like teetering through the street up to that path.
So I'm gonna go. No, there's no point in information gathering. I may as well just grab him. So I'm gonna go up there and just like put an arm around him. Rennie.
Oh, hey, Kaz.
What you doing, mate?
I was just gonna go see if I could talk to Harry.
Two good arguments against that. Let me know what you think. You're drunk. It's very late. Also, presumably, if they recognize you, that's a bad thing, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking about what Mary would do.
Mary?
My brother?
I thought his name was Harry.
No,
Oh, you're right.
Harry is my brother's partner.
Gotcha.
Or it was, I guess.
Gotcha. All right. Don't worry. We're gonna get him out soon. We've got two days to do it.
2 days?
Allegedly. After you left, which, by the way, we're gonna have a talk about, Ibrahim showed up and said that he wanted us out of here on the morrow after tomorrow.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Why?
He's not our biggest fan, which just means we have to tread carefully.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's alright. I probably shouldn't have let you drink. Although, you did take 2 shots on your own, which, you know, I want to be proud of, but mate, stupid move.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, come on, let's get back to the grappled thigh.
Okay. You turn around, you put your arm over his shoulder,
Yeah.
you begin to walk in.
I'm forcing him if he's
Yeah,
not.
no, yeah, he's not fighting it. And you begin to walk down the street, and you head down, and you're about to sort of turn your way back from whence you came, and you do hear, sort of in the distance behind you, "Oi!
How's it going?
And you turn, and you can see there are two men in black hand garb, sort of patrolling the streets. It's going all right. Where you off to?
We're going back to the grappled thigh. This one, he sleepwalks, and he got a ways away before we noticed.
Grappled thigh is supposed to be close tonight.
You can bring it up with Ibrahim or Sir Thorn if you want. They're the ones who let us in. But
make a persuasion check.
Sure. That's a nat 20. Plus 3, 23, if that matters.
The guard, the guard that was speaking to you, just sort of, he looks at the other guard, and the other guard's like, we could check up on it. It's not worth it to just. And he just, right. On your way then.
Have a good night.
Oi. And they just sort of continue past you as you turn your way towards the grappled thigh. For all intents and purposes, you do return to the grappled thigh. Everyone seems to have gone to bed. Kill is just in his shell and sort of like the middle of the in the middle, or like near the bar area. You can see he's just like leaned up against in his shell against the bar. But Indigo and Kiss seem to have gone to bed.
I'm gonna have Rennie. I'm just gonna stay there for a second. Just at the foot of the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go roll kill out the door.
Can you move me at 450 pounds?
He is very heavy.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm just trying to roll. It's not like a great. It's still a lot. Yeah.
Of dead weight.
It is.
That's fair. My strength is 0. I probably can't.
I'll say you move him like you spend like 5 minutes and you get him like maybe a foot and you're like winded. And Rennie goes, good job.
Thanks, Renee. And I sort of lean in. One last thing, Kill. And I want to like punch into the hole.
Okay. You're unconscious, so I guess. Well, no, you're just straight up unconscious, so like you're not gonna fail this, right? Like I guess.
I don't. Well, I mean, with no.
What's the rule? Yeah, I guess what's the rule?
When someone's unconscious, you still have to hit them.
Yeah.
You still have natural
but
armor.
I mean, technically he'd be prone, so I have advantage. But
yeah. Okay. So.
Because right, like if you knock somebody out, you get auto crit, but you still have to roll to hit them.
Yeah,
that's true.
Seems kind of weird, but yeah.
It is very weird. Yeah, roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Because you can like hit his armor.
It's and it's an unarmed strike, so it's not like I have a good chance. It's very possible. That is 20. That meets
My
the AC.
21, 24, yeah. He's in the shell.
Right. Oh, so I had no chance of hitting.
You just like, you go to punch inside the shell, and as you do, you don't realize like how. Honestly, you just straight up don't realize how his biology works, and you're like, you go to punch, and like you clip like the edge of the shell, like where the head hole is, and you just fuck, and like. It's actually still pretty tough.
All right, you win this round, mate. And I'm gonna.
Excuse me.
Perfect note.
I'm gonna go to the stairs and
this round thing.
I'm gonna bring Rennie back upstairs. And this time when I put him in bed, I close the window.
Sure.
And I'm going to like post up at the door.
Okay.
Like sitting against. Like I'm gonna fall asleep, but
yeah, that's fine.
I'm just so that he can't at least go out the fucking door, and hopefully I'll hear it if he goes out the window.
Okay. And you all find yourselves a slumber on your first night in Aberlock, and we will end the session there. Now that you've all made it to Aberlock, congratulations, you're level 5.
That's exciting.
Yeah. That's how you level up. You just get really wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. I've been waiting for you guys to get
start grinding.
I gotta punch Kill in his shell more.
Indigo is actually level 24. Yeah.
He's just holding himself back.
I've been killing boars.
That's right, man. I've been doing my work.
I'm grinding.
All right, y'all. So tune in next week. March 30th, we're gonna be here, same time, same place. We're all gonna be they're gonna be level 5. I'm gonna be same old, I guess. But
we will update the little character cards and everything like that, and we might have 1 or 2 new surprises next week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for helping us out. I think like every time we go live sort of off the rip, it would be really, really wonderful if maybe every once in a while we could get a hype train going to try to get that boost train to get us more exposure. We want to build our audience, you know, and we're trying to be as consistent as we can with streaming and all that. But you know, surprisingly, it's hard to build an audience off the rip. So, but you guys can help us by supporting us by creating those hype trains or telling your friends or you know, just being active supporters of our channel, which you have been. So we thank you very much for that. So hopefully we will see you next week, same time, same place. Take it easy, you guys. See you next Wednesday.
Boy.
Peace.
Alrighty. Good shit, guys.